Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to Rogues Gallery Live. All right, how are you guys doing tonight?
Good.
Really good.
I am glad to hear that. Welcome everybody to the show. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I just ran upstairs in that 60 seconds to get a beverage of water. Barely made it back with 3 seconds to spare. So anyway, I'm glad to be here. And I hope everybody's having a fantastic night. Welcome to Rogues Gallery Live. This is episode 106. And we have with us, of course, Eric B. from All Things Art. How's it going, Eric?
Doing good. Getting ready for the Christmas spirit here in my little bat cave.
I love it. I love the tree. You have a spinny tree. Let's look at that a little closer.
Look at that.
How great is that?
You got to make sure you see all the ornaments, not just the ones on the front. So yeah, it's got to spin.
That is really cool. Now, is it a Disney tree? I see some Disney ornaments on there.
It is all 100% Disney, down to the tree skirt.
That is awesome. I love it. I'm envisioning like a life-size Iron Man or something on that thing spinning around. What do you think of that?
I snuck a few Batman things. I have like a Batman, a Riddler, a few like an Aquaman, and a few of my stuff. But it's basically my wife's tree. She's the Disney obsession.
What's on top?
A Tinkerbell topper.
Oh, yeah.
It's got
it's
all Disney.
Yep. That's really fun. That's awesome. Very, very cool. Anyway, happy holidays to everybody. I guess we should say that since we are officially in the Christmas season now. Of course, I've got my Santa hats back there, of course, my Joker and Batman. So that's fun. We also have with us Mr. Jeff Morris in the house. Hey, Jeff, how's it going?
Good. Hope everybody's well.
Doing great. I love the Batman shirt as always.
Yep.
Rocking your Roosevelts. Love it. And then certainly last but not least, tonight we have Mr. I about said Dan Default. Dan, I'm thinking of Dan. Dan is actually not here yet. He is at the airport, and hopefully he'll be able to join us by the end of the show toward the picture section, so we'll see. But this is not Dan Default, of course. This is Mr. Jeff Delaney from Secret Sanctuary. How's it going, Jeff?
Good. Wayne Manor West, right?
Wayne Manor West. That's right. That's right. Yeah. I got it all. I'm all discombobulated. I don't know what I'm thinking here. So yeah. I'm a little scrambled. It's been kind of a crazy night. It's been kind of a busy day for me anyway. But how are things with you gentlemen? Anything new going on?
Well, my job is changing. That's big.
All right. Well, do you want to tell us about it a little bit?
Well, I work at a community college. It's a state job. I've worked there for 24 and a half years as the touch manager in the bookstore. I order all the books for the college. And we were notified 2 weeks ago that all of the district employees in the bookstore are being reassigned outside of the bookstore to other positions. So I've been putting my name out there, trying to find just the right job. And I've got a few options, but I'm waiting for a few more. But I'm retiring in 5 or 6 years. I was hoping to end my career in the same position I've been at for 24 years, but it didn't work out that way.
Well, that stinks. So do you think you're going to have some good options?
I got a pretty good option today. It's not an exciting job, but it's a little bit more money and it would be fine. So we'll see. Well,
I am fingers crossed that you find something that you love and can finish things out on your own terms, right?
Exactly.
That's what we always hope for. So we just, like I said, I mentioned the holidays, and so we just went through Turkey Day. How was your Thanksgivings?
Good. I took it easy this year.
That's good.
Started slow and then went back for seconds a little bit heavier.
I hear that. How about you, Jeff and Jeff?
It was good.
Mine was good.
Yeah.
I did dishes for 3 days, but
how many of you still have refrigerators full of turkey?
Well, some.
Yeah, a little bit. We're about done.
We had about 16 people staying with us through Sunday. And so it gets to be, a lot of people. So we have a lot of food and we have a lot of turkey left over. So if anybody wants to come over, feel free to make your turkey sandwich. We got some mayo or whatever you want to put on it. But
I did we went to Disneyland about a week ago.
Nice.
and I had the what the heck was it called? The Thanksmas sandwich.
What's that?
It's turkey, dressing, cranberries, and gravy on grilled sourdough or something, and it was really good.
And where did you get
Sounds
that?
good.
That was at the Jolly Holiday Bakery on Main
Nice.
Street. Yeah,
Well, that sounds delicious.
it was really good.
That's awesome. I love it. And I know Earl of Sandwich, when it was in downtown Disney, had something kind of similar that they were really famous for. But unfortunately, it's bulldozed. So
Yeah,
it's just a big crater right now. So
Yeah.
Anyway, I hope everybody out there had a great Thanksgiving. I want to thank the 111 people watching real quick. I do want to say hello to everybody, at least a few people that are here, and then we'll get right into our topic. We've got, oops, sorry, I started the wrong spot. We got Eric B. Hey, Eric B was the first one here, so that's awesome. We got Board Cube 1 of 2 in the house, same bat channel, same bat time evening. We got Jonas in the house. We've got Dennis. Jonas, have to get some. Oh, I see he's talking to Dennis. Just watching is here. Hello, Brotherhood member. We've got Jay, Brotherhood member. Thank you very much. Alan is here. Justin Sports Cards. Tom, another Brotherhood member. Thank you very much. Den, Jedi Cool, Mike Stainbrook, Matt T, Board Cube 1 of 2. We've got everybody. Den here. Captain Trenchcoat. Dylan Hicks is in the house. Got so many of our regulars and our members. Thank you very much. Bat Kid Voodoo is here. Gremlins in the gears. Let's see.
Hey, Dylan posted a great picture on Facebook today. He's the one that does all the outside photos, right?
Oh, yes, he does.
He did one of like 6 or 8 of the DC ladies, and it was a great picture.
I did see that right before the show. Always does such a phenomenal job, and he does have his own YouTube channel with some of those, so definitely check out that if you would, because he does a lot of things where he'll bring stuff outside and get it in the natural light, which is really, I think it's awesome.
Yep.
And he's a brave man, because to move them all outside, that could be kind of scary.
Totally.
Leo's in the house. Hello to Leo. We got Vane21. We got Brotherhood member Vinny. Vinny Vogel says, what's going on, Chris, Jeff D, Jeff M, and Eric. We got Brad M. Only 4. I heard companies were downsizing. So hopefully Dan will be on his way. We'll make it 5. Just watching is here. Saying fancy. Let's see. Andrew is here. Let's see here. Michael says, oh no, change at our age is no fun. Jeff Delaney, hope it works out. Yeah, he's talking about that job. So hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, and it's, I think a lot of times at our age and our ages, we start to wonder if, it would be nice to do something different sometimes, to change it up a little bit. So maybe it'll be a great thing.
And I could retire.
That's right. Well, that's right. If you can make it happen, that's the dream right there.
Yeah.
Now we got Fatal in the house. What's up to Fatal? Hope you're doing well, sir. Speaking of channels, definitely check out Fatal the Collector's channel. Henry is here. Let's see. Says Chris, your sound is a bit low or muffled. Does it sound low to you guys?
Not really. No.
Okay.
I think it's okay.
I want to make sure I've got the right mic. Hopefully I do. Still sound the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds okay.
Oh, all right. We've got Pride Collectibles in the house. We've got Edison G, Hector, the Namic in the house. So again, so many of you are joining us. I really appreciate that. Chris, did you see Art Statue Collector's unboxing of Medieval Batman versus Joker Dragon? I have not seen that one yet. That's on my list to watch. I've been a little bit behind this week, which kind of goes into our first topic, but which I'll talk to you. I've just been real busy with getting some of that done. But basically tonight I want to do a topic. We've got almost 300 photos to look at. So buckle up, guys. Grab yourself a beverage and sit back and relax. And again, thanks everybody for joining us tonight. 120 of you here. If I didn't say hello to you, I do apologize, but I do want to get the show on a roll here. So I do want to do my main topic tonight, but I also, if there are things that you guys want to talk about, I do kind of want to do an open mic tonight. I want you guys, if there are things that you want to discuss, please make sure that you ask in the chat. I'm going to ask Maybe Eric, if you would kind of keep an eye on the chat, if there's any good questions that come up as topic questions type of things that we can go back and highlight. Okay. So basically, the first thing that I want to talk about is I made the announcement recently on the channel, not necessarily a formal video, but I did announce that I'm going to be officially going into the Bat Bunker, which for those of you that don't know is basically a 3-car garage space. So picture a 3-car garage empty. And that's a pretty sizable space. I know that a lot of people have reached out and said, that is a dream amount of space because, we're kind of used to having crammed spaces. I did talk to Dan whenever I visited him a couple weeks ago.
Is he frozen?
Yep.
He is. Well, I got to say, a 3-car garage would be a dream space for me.
Yeah, right.
I can imagine having that. That'd be awesome. But I'd probably fill it.
Yeah.
Just fill it with cars.
The room that I'm in when this house was built was originally a garage. Yeah, it didn't take long to fill it.
Yeah. But boy, that'd be so cool to have that much space.
Sorry about that, guys.
We were talking about what a dream it would be to have a 3-car garage space.
No, yeah. I mean, it is a dream amount of space. And what I was starting to say is when I visited Dan, we were both talking about how much I loved his office and how intimate it felt. You mentioned Disneyland a little bit ago. I've been to Disneyland, I've been to Disney World, and Disneyland feels so much more personal. It feels so much more intimate because it's smaller, it's quaint compared to the much larger Disney World. And so we were talking about that, is that could be a negative drawback of going into such a large space, is it would maybe lose some of that intimate, warm feeling. And so I agree with that, although I still think I'd rather have the space. I think I'd rather have the space. And there are pros and cons to space. Obviously, whenever you have space, you have a lot more you can display. You have a lot more you can make room for and accommodate for. Although whenever you have a smaller space, like I know, Jeff, you've recently had to do, is you've had to like really contemplate, okay, if I am going to get this piece, something's got to go.
Yeah.
Which does kind of in a way keep your budget in one place because you're replacing with something else. Whereas if you have a really big space, that's obviously going to be more money to fill. It's like, so there are pros and cons to having that space. However, I have decided to do that. And so kind of what I wanted your advice tonight from the three of you, and also everybody in the chat, I also really want your advice as well, is that I've got this space, and what I'm doing is, and you guys will see this in a video, but for those of you that have been following along with the Bat Bunker, basically it's a 3-car garage space, and it also had built-in garage or like cabinets. It had cabinets in there, and it also had a workbench that was the length of one side of the room. And so I have been busy cleaning that out. This weekend, we completely took all the shelving down. And actually, somebody already bought all the shelves for me, and we're going to try to take apart the big workbench all in one piece. That quickly turned into just me taking a sledgehammer to it, which was fantastic. Destroyed it. I've cleared all that wood out of there, and now it is just kind of this open space. So basically, I've got some choices, and this is where I want you guys your opinion. So number one, I can leave it concrete walls. I can leave it concrete walls. And I could leave kind of like the top kind of industrial looking. Some people have suggested I paint the top black, the ceiling black, and just kind of leave those, the lighting that's up there. After talking with Dan and also my wife, they both feel like the room should be finished. It should be drywalled in. There still will not be heating and cooling. But I'll have some sort of heating and cooling in there, like, some sort of electronic device that will help with that. If I do the drywall, then I will also put, most likely some sort of ceiling in with canned lights or something, and maybe some built-in shelves. So first of all, I want your opinion about the walls. Do you guys think I should leave it concrete? Do you guys think I should drywall it in? What do you guys think?
I would drywall it in.
And tell me why.
Just clearly aesthetic reasons. Yeah.
I'm always for finishing a room, but I don't know what the rest of your house looks like. So is that, because I know you already have like a whole, somewhat finished basement down there. Is that on the same floor as the rest of the rooms down where you are?
Yeah, it's just off of the living room basically.
So I look at it from like a standpoint, if you sell the house and somebody else is moving into it, are they going to want that finished, or are they going to want to use that again as a storage like you've been using it as a storage? So
yep.
I don't know. Half of me, like, usually I would say finish it, but this, like, when it comes down to selling the house, I'm thinking like, well, is the next person going to want that space entirely finished unless you have other storage somewhere in the house? Like, see, I don't know what your situation is.
Well, the current 3-window room, that my wife's craft room, that would become the storage room.
Although you do say you had a 3-car garage, so that could always be used as storage as well, I guess.
Yeah, there's some up there. I mean, obviously, we have 2 cars, and I've got a go-kart or a golf cart.
See, that's a big selling point for me. When I was purchasing my house, we were specifically looking for houses that had a lot of storage because we have a lot of stuff to store.
Yeah.
Especially for like holidays and stuff like that. You want to store your Christmas stuff, you want to store your Halloween stuff and all that, stuff you're not using. So, yeah, it is important to have good storage. So
the 3-window room would become storage, and we have a little bit off of what would be the back bunker. There's a little bit of storage there too. Then my wife's craft room would go in here. This would be the new craft room / our family computer, that sort of thing. And we'd also, in the 3-window room, we would also put our treadmill in there. So then I would move out of this room and go completely in the other one.
So people in the chat are saying your sound will be better if you finish it.
Yeah, I was going to say a lot of people are worried about the sound, and that's the thing too. The current, so there's no air and heat in there, but it is in the basement, so it always stays cool. It always, even in the summertime, it's not very warm in there at all. And I agree. A lot of people are saying finish the walls. The reason why I didn't want to finish the walls is because I love that concrete aesthetic. I think it looks very, industrial, which I think would be perfect for the cave. A lot of people compare that space to the Bat Bunker in The Dark Knight, which has that, that similar look. Jeff, are you in agreement about the drywall? Do you think the drywall would be better?
I think I would. Just because, when you go to sell the house, I think it's just only going to help if you sell it and move. Yeah. It's just a finished room. It's not like you're turning it into a indoor water park or something. That's like, just an empty room. Even if you use it for storage, it would be a bit more finished.
Yeah. Like I told my wife, I said, even if it's not the Batcave eventually, it could still be like a theater room or a play space or, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It could be something. It seems like the consensus is all drywall. Mm-hmm. I also was considering, some of you saw the video about the flooring. I've been talking back and forth with Jim Mint. Some of you have seen some of his footage about, he did a kind of a blue epoxy floor. And he said that the echo is not too bad at all. There's not a shiny reflective, because some people say how shiny it is, how reflective it is, but he's putting in shelving, custom shelving, which I wouldn't necessarily do. But I do worry about that surface. And so I'm leaning more toward putting in a laminate, like a gray floor laminate. And I'd also been weighing carpet, but I think laminate is probably the way I'll go. Again, it's going to help with the sound. It's going to help, it's going to feel a little bit more warm, I think.
Yep.
So if I did, kind of a dark gray wall, maybe white trim, kind of like this, just kind of like this room here, with the black garage shelving. I think I'm going to maybe do white tops. And I don't know, we'll kind of see. I think that doing the garage shelving with doing a YouTube channel, it's just going to be smarter, flexible wise. I can really do a lot with the space. And that's one thing I wanted to show right here. So somebody did this render for me. And this is, just kind of a basic idea of something that I could do. And this is using, a garage shelf look, and then doing some sort of shelving in the middle. I think this looks awesome. What do you guys think of this?
Yeah, I like that.
It's cool, but
Yeah.
originally I think you said you wanted to do like a TV and a couch in there too, right?
Yeah. And so again, this is just kind of like a preliminary idea. So my idea was to do the shelving along the sides and then do some sort of shelving in the middle. And then toward that main front wall, I would put maybe a couch right there with a shelf behind it, kind of like a like a table behind a couch, you see, and then have the TV on the wall. And I also thought about doing something kind of like this, where on that main front wall, it would have, it'd be flat where the TV would be, and maybe put a few statues there as well. But then on the sides, do something like this and put quarter scales on. What do you think of that idea? Do you think that would look good?
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, that's like a little heavy duty right there. I don't think you need that much thickness.
Well, I don't need that much thickness, but I mean, I was just trying to.
I get what you're saying. See, my original issue with that space was because you said it was underground. Because I have like a similar situation. I have like a half basement under my house. And I know same thing. It stays cool, but it also collects a lot of moisture to where I don't store specifically, things down there for that reason. Like I won't put my boxes down there or anything, because especially during the summer months, the humidity levels and the moisture that collects down there is just, it's insane. But judging from, because every video I see bits and pieces of what you're doing. So it looks like one wall is underground and then you have like an opening and then the other wall possibly faces the inside of your house. So I'm trying. Have you ever tested like the humidity levels down there or like moisture and water and all that?
No, it's really dry in there.
Okay.
So basically,
is there a French drain on the floor and all? Like, do you have like water issues in there?
Not in this room, but there is a drain in the next room over.
Okay.
But it's always been bone dry. So we've never had any issues. So basically, our basement is a walkout basement.
Yeah.
So like this is underground. This is, again, the garage is right above it. So over here where you see this wall, that's where there's a door right there going into another storage area. And then over here in this corner, that's closest to the camera basically, there is a walkout double door there.
Yeah.
So, there is natural light. Somebody was asking about windows. There is some natural light that can come in if I want to. It's got shades on there in the door, so I can close that off. And if I don't want that extra light, but I think I'll probably have it open for reviews and stuff, just for a little extra light in there. I would probably I'd love to do some sort of fancy lighting on the top, but I think I'll probably most likely do some sort of, just canned lighting, theater lighting, where I can change it up, maybe do some smart lights where I can change the colors, change the intensity and some of that stuff. This is something I showed you guys in our private chat, but this is also something I thought about doing. They have these textured wall panels that are kind of a plastic material. I thought that might be kind of cool on one wall.
And then I was saying it actually almost looks like soundproofing. And if you really do want to like worry about the sound down there, it might actually be kind of cool to do soundproofing on the walls, or at least one wall.
And I think it would maybe help with the sound. I really liked this idea because I thought it kind of looked kind of cave-like. It'd be kind of like I don't know. I think
it'd be, if it were me, I would consider the option of having each wall be different, because you might want a different feel for the samurai line compared to your Prime 1 Batman line. You could have completely different walls in there. One might be, brick, one might be this. I think I would be tempted to do something different with each wall.
That is definitely something. I just have so much to consider. And it could be one of those things where I go ahead and get, I'll take this off. Sorry. I'll go ahead and get the room finished. I'll get it drywall, just simple drywall all the way around. and then that's whenever I can go in and try to make some of the changes. It doesn't always have to be right at once, I guess.
Yep.
So we'll see. I think that's going to be my first step. And my first step is going to be just to clear out that room, get rid of all that stuff. All the stuff that was in the storage room next to it, I'm cleaning out. So it's going to be a process. It's going to be a 2023 process. But I was talking to my wife that we're hoping that we can get it done within the next, 4 or 5 months, give or take. So it's going to be an interesting process, but I did just kind of want to see what everybody thought. Drywall is better. Morning to you, Mutant X Corpse. Have a huge wall for a projection TV for the BSC logo. So I don't know if I'm going to do projection, but I'll probably do like a 75, 80 inch TV on that wall or something like that. Do kind of what I have here now. Do you like the idea I showed you that the drywall shelves? Do you think that would stand out too weird if I had garage shelving the rest of the room and that was built-in drywall white shelving?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay.
No.
I think it would look nice, and I could I could have the lighting in each row, and just do like I thought about doing like Sideshow on one side or quarter scale on one side, and then do all the samurai on the other side, kind of make them a grouping. And another thing about the drywall is it would let me hang up art.
Yeah.
Whereas with the concrete, leaving it concrete, it would be very difficult to do. And I might just have like an art wall, maybe. I'm not sure. The wall that when you first come in, that's off to the left. I thought that's kind of where my desk setup could be, and maybe some art and things like that on that wall. So we'll see. Matt T says I'm a big fan of the accent wall idea. Yeah, I've definitely got a couple Alex Ross canvases that are going to be up there. They sell aesthetic soundproofing. Chris, that looks awesome. Use the black accent wall. So, and that's another thing is like if I did, I'm kind of thinking maybe just like the main wall you see when you look in, that could maybe be the accent wall. I don't know. So we'll see. Hey Johnny, thanks for being here. The wall paneling would look great. Had the same idea for the only wall in my room. That's great. Has any of you ever put up that wall paneling? Do you like it? I like the idea of different treatments for each wall. So great minds think alike. Yeah, I mean, don't you guys think that the laminate would be a better idea than the epoxy, or do you like the epoxy idea better?
Laminate.
Yeah, I think so many people in reading people's comments, so many people want the epoxy, but it's got to be a livable space. Like it's not just a showroom. Yeah. It is my hangout room. Like it's going to be a livable space for me. Yeah.
It's an acquired taste that epoxy. Like I would do that like maybe in my garage with my cars and stuff in there or something. Not like a display room or something. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think laminate is the way to go. And again, like somebody mentioned, it would be like they're always wood grain, but it'd be a gray, like a light to medium gray, and then the dark walls. So I don't know. And Fatal says use throw rugs to warm it up. I could do something with some rugs. Brad says I would do gray indoor-outdoor carpet. You can get it cheap, like probably 60 cents a square, and resilient. That's another thing is like, somebody recommended just big dark gray carpet squares. You could just put them down. I don't know. I think that would actually look pretty cool, but
it does. It looks cool. I had a big area rug in the other room for the first couple of years and got rid of it last year, and it almost eliminated all the dust down here.
Well,
that one rug created, I don't know why, but it did. It's amazing.
Are they the squares?
It was just one great big area rug that was almost as big as the room. It left like a border of the tile.
Yeah,
showing.
I think, but the most important. I'm sorry.
It was. I would never put anything carpet in again.
Yeah, I was about to say it. Like I think the most important thing is how level is that floor as well. Like you don't want to have your shelving off balance unless you have like adjustable feet on your shelves. I don't know how those garage shelves are, but You want to
Yeah,
make
they
sure
don't-
everything's
they don't
leveled
have-
out.
Yeah, I feel like it's pretty level, and we've put floors in upstairs, and we're really happy with the laminate. So I think that's probably what we'll do. I mean, I know it's going to be an expense. I mean, it's a big room, but it should be pretty easy to install because it's all just a big rectangle, no crazy edges. But so I think that's probably the floor I'm going to be. Like Fatal says, for me, this is hard, not an easy decision. That's the thing is like I don't want to spend a whole bunch of money and then it not be what I want. So I really appreciate your feedback and everybody's feedback in the chat as well. Theodore says, Chris, I work in construction. Definitely go for the drywall. And I think with drywall, you can also insulate it, right? If you, for a basement, isn't that what they recommend, I think? With the drywall shelf, can build storage under it and always add garage shelves in front later for even more display space. I agree with that, Matt. And that's what my wife is like. It's like, you don't want to put those built-in shelves because then what if you change your mind or, you could, but I feel like that would be such an easy flex space to like change things out.
Yeah.
And just,
That diagram you showed us looked really cool.
Well, I mean, the diagram, you mean like this one?
Yeah.
That's the only thing is like that one would have the built-ins in the front. So I don't know. It would change it up a little bit from this, but, and I might do like 2 rows of the middle and kind of rotate those around. Like I can see like if you rotated that light up blue section, if you rotated it parallel to the room or horizontal to the room, I could see like the bat bike sitting on that coming forward. Maybe some busts in the middle. I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to have a nice flex space, I think, to.
Yeah, if each of those centerpieces were, if that was like 4 individual squares.
Yeah.
Then you could create one big square.
Yep.
Or remove a square.
I thought about doing like let's say the couch is here, put a shelf behind it, and then put another shelf over here, and then maybe one more. Maybe do some narrow ones on the sides where I could put some busts. I mean, that's what I think I like about such a wide space is I could really change it up if I need to, which I think will be ideal for the channel as pieces come in and out. So I don't know. I just think it took me a long time to settle on that room, and I didn't want to settle on it because I knew it was going to be expensive to fix it. But I think at the end of the day, I think it's the best space I could go into. I think.
Well, the good thing about that space is as you do get new pieces in and out, you're right near the outside. You can just push them right out the door.
I mean, I could literally do a review out there and have some natural light. It would be real easy to do. Jonathan says, I would do what's most stable. You can always change how it looks in the future using wraps and decals. And that's the thing is like, even with the garage shelving, I can build my wood wraps, just like you said. So I can do a lot with it. Statue sizes change. Be careful with customs. Yeah. And that's the thing is like, I did whenever I was going to go in the 3-window room, I was going to do a custom job, but I just don't think it's smart for me because if it was just one of those things where I never had new pieces changing and coming and going, if I just stayed put, I could probably do that. But I just think the way I collect, it's just not feasible to do a custom shelf.
The way these pieces are getting and the stuff you have on pre-order, how big they are, that bunker is going to look very small once all these giant statues come in. So,
yeah.
I think
it will fill up before you realize it.
Yeah. It will.
The room you're in now would have felt really tight with those, especially the 1/3 dials and all that stuff.
Yeah. I mentioned Jim Mint, he's been putting in the custom shelves and I know he's really excited about that. And I love the way that looks, but again, I worry for him even that like, he's going to have that same frustration because he's the same way. He has pieces come in and out constantly. And I think he'll be able to accommodate them, but I think there'll be times where we'll be like, well, crap, I wish I had this more open. I wish, if I have a bust or something, it's not going to fit in the space I want it to fit in. So, I don't know. It's a tough deal. And so I'm just going to have to get creative and hopefully it'll end up looking nice. But, again, I really appreciate everybody's advice. Don't underestimate what you can do with paint. I've got marble pillars created by paint. Yeah, I was going to say you can do so much with paint and walls, and I want to do some neat things with lighting. Like I said, there's so many like Govee lights are the ones that make the lights around my TV. Like they have all these permanent lights now. Like I could literally just hang them from my ceiling, and if I wanted to, and if I didn't have the finished ceiling, and paint it black and have all these neat color patterns and stuff. So I could do a ton of different things. But I just, like I said, I don't want to spend a lot of money and it be the wrong thing. So we'll see. Stanley says, go bold and creative with the design. Modular furniture is easy to move things around. Custom looks great, but definitely limits if you need to change up your collection. You can customize garage shelving just fine. You've done it before. Yes, I've been doing it for 6 years on the channel. It looks nearly identical to IKEA Pacs. It'd be cool, Chris, if you do that bat bunker ceiling lighting like in the Dark Knight. It would be. I think that would. What do you think that'd just be? A drop ceiling with? I don't know. Do you like the idea of like this, that kind of lighting, or do you like the idea of just like theater lighting with like just round can lights?
Trying to think just in general for your video making.
I just wonder if like
That
something
almost looks like a drop ceiling, and then the lighting would be above it.
Yeah.
Well, you probably know better. Do you find too much overhead lighting messes with your video, like the quality?
Well, and that's the thing. That's what I'd be worried about. Is that'd be like almost too much.
Yeah.
I like the idea of being able to turn on certain lights, turn off certain lights. Being able to maybe if I wanted to change the corners to blue, let's say, or have some back accent lighting, and leave all the other ones on. And like I mentioned, Govee actually has these really thin, like they're like this thin now, and they don't have the big can on the top, so you just wire them. So I can have a really low ceiling, or it would be a really low off the top, and then all of those lights can be changed. So every light you can change colors, you can do patterns, you can do different effects with them. So I could see me doing something like that. So we'll see. Do you plan on doing glass covers or doors? Right now, no. I really like the open shelving idea. What I might do is I might just put some white backings on the lower shelf, and instead of black top shelves, like have white. I like the way white reflects the light a little bit better. So that might be something I try to do. I would go with laminate flooring and garage shelving. It's always smart to do things you can easily change. The second you build something permanent, the next second you'll find a reason why it doesn't work. Okay. There's no bean bags. Where are the bean bags going to go? Hey, we can throw bean bags anytime. We'll have a bean bag party, Brad. My area is a finished basement. It's a multi-functioning room, but for me, it's cozy being finished. In my time, collecting displays completely changed several times. So whatever you do is not permanent. Yeah. I have Govee lights. Plan to add more when the room expands. What do you use them for, Michael? Do you have them like on your shelving? Check out Later Clips YouTube channel for his review room. Looks like The Dark Knight. Okay, I'll check that out. Also, there is no number 1 and number 2 bucket. These should be easily accessible, but also be able to put away for safe. What does he mean there?
I think a bathroom.
Yeah, I'm thinking a bathroom joke.
Oh, a bathroom. Yeah, a bathroom. Philip, you. I'm trademarking Beanbag Party. Just great brand name. There you go, Brad. Beanbag Party. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm at with the bat bunker. Again, thank you guys for your advice. It feels like we're all kind of on the same page, and I think it's just, even though aesthetically I might want something different, I think in the long run, I think the drywall, the laminate, it's warm, it's going to sound better.
And like Jeff said, it'll add value to the house. Like even if somebody does want to use it for storage or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's a good investment.
So yeah, so that's going to be an ongoing process here in the next, like I said, 5 to 6 months. Hopefully we'll have it done. I've already got a guy that can do drywall and do a ceiling. He can't do electrical, but I think he knows a guy, so hopefully we can get the electrical in. It's already got electrical in parts of it. So I just will need to have some of that electrical moved.
Are you going to do heating and air, or are you just going to leave it as is?
I'm going to leave it
like,
as is. And
because sometimes, sometimes you have to upgrade your whole entire like furnace, and system because it only powers so many rooms. So if you add a room, it get quite expensive doing all that.
It's
Probably
one
do
of
like
those
a
things
AC
where like, I don't mind the cold. Like it's winter time here, obviously, and it's chilly in that room, which it doesn't bother me. And I like the idea it's a little cooler because of the statues. Like if I've got those silicone busts and stuff, I like the idea of it being cooler.
Yeah.
In the summertime, we've got things you can plug in and keep things cooler in there if need be. That's probably what I'll do. Just put one in the corner or something. It'll be kind of trial and error. So we'll see. Hopefully it'll be a good thing. I hope so.
Yeah, Brad brings up a good point. Get some make sure everybody's licensed.
Yeah. Where does he say that? Let's see.
You want to go resell the house and then run into issues.
Yeah, always check license for electrical. Don't use just a guy. Yeah, for sure licensed. Get the all-in-one wall unit, heating and cooling, simple designs. I have seen some of those, Tom. So I will look into that too.
Yeah.
And I could see that being on the wall where my desk would be. You need climate control for comics and lithos. Be careful. Yeah, I mean,
looked at those. Mitsubishi makes some of those that they can hang on a wall.
Yeah, they're kind of like this. They're like narrow.
Well, they're narrow and long.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Those work really good.
Use a lot of those in Europe.
Yeah.
So I might look into something like that. I mean, it would be ideal if it was connected to the house, that it was heated and cooled, but I have no idea.
Keep it a little cooler in there if it gets super hot.
Yeah. I don't know how much that would cost. I would imagine that would be incredibly expensive to tap.
Those are kind of expensive. Yeah. They work really good though. Like my cousin, that's all he uses in his house, and they work better than my central air conditioning.
Yeah. Stanley says electronics, Borky102 says electronics will add some heat too. So adding some lighting and adding some things like that could add a little bit of heat in there. Tom says my friend has one in every room. That's cool.
How's the Wi-Fi in that room?
So we have Wi-Fi hubs throughout the house. Those pucks.
Yeah.
And it's fine.
Now you're going through concrete walls too. So
yeah. So it's fine. I haven't done a live stream in there. So I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll freeze more, maybe freeze less. I don't know.
Maybe we should test it out one night and see.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe I should just sit in there, set a table up, and just see if it works, because that is a good point. That's a good point. So anyway, anything else you want to add, or you want to move on?
I think we're good. It's good to see you're finally doing something though, and you're off to a start. So it's cool.
Yeah. Again, just making the decision, because I mean, again, this room and the other room is already furnished. Already finished. It's already heated and cooled, but like my wife said, she's like, if you move into the other room in 6 months, you're just going to wish that you had moved into the bunker, because you'll be out of space, and she's right. But I don't know. I guess time will tell. We'll see if it's the right decision a year from now. Hopefully it will be. But again, I can't complain that I don't have enough space.
Yep.
So that'll be good. So any other, I don't know if anybody's said anything else, any other topic ideas. Does anybody else want to talk about anything? I'll give you guys a minute to do that. And while we're doing that, before we look at pictures, anything coming into your caves? Speaking of caves, anything coming in soon?
Man, that Prime 1 Talon still says 2022, but I don't know. Other than that, I ordered a Catwoman, the Bermejo Catwoman from Prime 1, which we posted in the groups. It's on low stock alert, but on, I think it's Sideshow or Prime 1, the collectors is still to be determined. So there's no ES on the collector's edition, but the bonus is on low stock alert. So.
Talking about Talon, did you ever watch WWE?
It's been a while, but on and off, yeah. I'm not as big a fan as you.
So when Vince McMahon would come to the ring, he came out to a song called "No Chance, No Chance in Hell," and that's exactly what Talon is not. He's not going to ship by the end of this year. I guarantee it. Which is unfortunate because, good Lord, that was supposed to be here like what, 2 years ago?
I guess I ordered mine more recently than you and Dan, so I haven't been waiting as long as you guys.
Well, it's definitely on one of my most anticipated pieces. I haven't ordered Catwoman yet, but I feel like I'm getting closer and closer to her. I really do like it. So
I like it. It's different. I think I like the portraits too.
how about the Jeffs? Anything coming in your neck of the woods?
My Swamp Thing replacement is apparently on its way.
And you're getting that through Todd, right?
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
And anything for you, Jeff? Do you have anything on pre-order?
Nope.
Not a thing.
Not a thing.
Although I know one that you want to pre-order. And his name is Captain America.
Oh, yeah. I'd like to have that.
So if anybody wants to send Jeff for his birthday or Christmas, half scale
Yeah.
Captain America, Queen Studios.
Let's go ahead.
Did you see Art Statue Collector has it there?
Mm-hmm. I saw a video this evening. Virtual Devil.
Oh,
It's got
yeah,
like a 30-something minute unboxing.
that's awesome.
Can't understand what he's saying, but he did in the title of the video said "Statue of the Year?" ? They seem to be pretty happy about it.
It's a great piece. I think Art. I think he said that he feels like it's a little bit oversized, but still loves it. Still loves it.
I know it looked. The photo I saw it and their Momoa Aquaman look out of scale.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is surprising because it's the same company. Tom says, do you guys think the Dark Knight Returns will ship this year? I do.
I feel like some folks got their shipping notification on that one. I thought some folks mentioned that on Statue Forum.
Oh, I haven't seen anything yet. People did get the shipping notification for the 1/6 scale Joker from Tweeterhead.
Yeah.
Today. So that is exciting.
I thought I saw a post that said the day they come in, they're shipping them out.
Mm-hmm.
The Tweeterhead Joker is shipping.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, is that what you said? Okay. I think so. All right.
So I'm getting a copy of that in, and Chad said he sent me the quarter scale Harley as well. So hopefully he said that one actually shipped out last week. So hopefully I'll be able to show you guys that one as well and see what you guys think. So yeah, I'm really super excited about the Joker and being able to do the quarter scale. So stay tuned. That's exciting. I know a lot of people are really looking forward to that piece. And again, it's nice when the stuff actually ships by Christmas, because like everybody's like keeps waiting, and then you have that with Chinese New Year, and then stuff doesn't ship for another month, and it feels like it's like, oh. But I do think if people have Joker in hand, I think that people will have that Dark Knight premium format, their Dark Knight Returns premium format. I think it will ship by Christmas.
As much as I want my packages right away, I'm actually nervous when things ship during the holidays because UPS, they hire, temporary workers. These guys are working like 12-hour, 14-hour shifts. They're just never know what's going to happen to your package. It just gets thrown around. So
Sure.
Fatal says Prime 1 Master Race. Did you get the black one? I bet you got the black one. And Zatanna just charged for shipping today. So did you order through Prime 1? Because I don't think Sideshow had Zatanna. I don't think.
I think they did.
You said you think they did or didn't?
I don't think they did.
Yeah, I don't think they got her in, and they didn't get.
They never got Talon.
Yeah, they never got Talon. They never got Katana. Yeah, the black one. So yeah, congratulations. That's awesome. Is Chris ordering the Vampirilla statue? I haven't yet, but it's still one that I'd like to. For sure.
Are we looking at those pictures tonight, the PCS one?
Yes. I do.
So one thing about that Vampirella, the Prime 1, and I mentioned this to you at San Diego. Someone in the chat just said that he's concerned about the skin texture on the Dark Side Catwoman. And I'm a little concerned about the skin texture on the Vampirella. It seemed a little bit excessive to me. I remember you didn't think so when we were standing there looking at it. But I think some people are going to be surprised at how much texture there is there.
Let me see. I'm just looking through my photos here. Because I know I've got her. Oh, let's take a look. I can't zoom in on this, but I'm trying to see what you're talking about.
Well, I mean, it was especially apparent like on her legs, and arms and things like that. I wasn't necessarily meaning the face, but
I could see it from here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Person with a lot of sun damage, like it's been in the sun too long.
Here's her legs.
It's just something that occurred to me looking at it with the naked eye, so to speak.
Ba-dum-cha.
I just think some people would be a little bit surprised at how much texturing is there.
Just it's so much skin.
Yeah, it really is.
You don't usually see, usually you see an arm or bit of a face or whatever.
Right.
It's
But
very.
would it look weird if it was too smooth with that much skin?
Right.
Would it look cheap?
Well, I remember some people had a problem with the 1/3 Gal Gadot Wonder Woman they did. They thought there was too much texturing on the skin, and I got a similar vibe from Vampirella.
I don't know if it bothers me though. Like Morris said, I think if she was just all flat, it might look a little cheap. I don't know.
Oh no, yeah, it's the degree of. It's not.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want an absence of texturing.
Yeah,
it's just different,
kind of look like freckling.
Like I think of a tweeterhead. That skin's very smooth.
Yeah.
Usually a prime or a sideshow skin, very smooth. There's no texture to it.
Mm-hmm.
At least on the females. There's sometimes like the males have the veins and stuff, sticking out.
Well, the fact that that's showing up in pictures is a little alarming because, like I said, like Prime 1 has like that translucent whatever texture that they do to it, and it doesn't show up in pictures. You can only see it in person. So the fact that that's like actually showing up in pictures that pronounced, I can imagine what it looks like in person. It might be even worse.
And I mean, I saw it in San Diego. I love it. I would have no qualms at all buying it. It didn't bother me at all. I liked what I saw. The only thing I didn't like is that it didn't key in San Diego quite right on her butt, like where she sat in the chair. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it was fixed for the Tokyo event. That was the main thing. And I was talking with John about it, and because we didn't want to move it, because it was already on display. But that was something that bothered me about the piece. But the only thing that's made me hesitate to buying it is it's not Batman. So I just don't know if that'd be this weird standout. Like if she would just look weird in my collection. Do you guys think she would look weird in the collection, or do you think she would fit in?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
Okay, we have a no vote for Eric. What about the Jeffs?
It wouldn't bother me if it stood out or not, if I wanted it.
Yeah,
that's where I'm at.
I've got.
If you're gonna do her, you might as well do a few others like that.
Yeah,
aren't Batman related.
Well, maybe she could. If I do have the back wall as you enter the room, be my desk area. A lot of that's going to be off camera, for the most part. Maybe I could put a couple of statues that I like right there.
Sure.
Could work.
As long as I still feel like it fits. Like again, I feel like she fits sort of because of the bats flying off of her. So I could still do a theme as long as I can get it to fit, kind of. I don't know. I love her. I think she's great. I would love to team her up with that CGC that you have, Jeff.
The creepiness of it, I think, would fit.
Yeah.
It's kind of
dark.
Yeah.
Fatal says I might be in the minority, but I like the PCS Vampirella. So we will see. We're going to see her pictures because some people like her and some people like. I know. Dan said like, "What the hell happened to the face?" So that's it.
I was never even close to the fence on that one. It just looked too animated.
If I was going to pick between one of the two, I'd pick Prime 1 all day long.
Yeah.
Chris, what about Batman versus Joker Dragon from Prime 1? Are you getting it? So I had it on order and I canceled it. And that was before I was moving into the Bat Bunker. I could definitely see that being on like a podium or something. But at the end of the day, I'm probably not likely to get it. Even though I think it's awesome, I just don't have the connection to that story. But it does look damn cool. I love it.
Do you have a connection to Vampirella's story?
I don't. Fine. Call me out on that.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
But I didn't with Grim Knight. And that's the problem, is the ones that I don't have a connection to, those are the ones I'm most likely not to keep.
Yep. Me too.
You know, somebody asked me the other day, like, you want to sell me your Grim Knight? I've had it a month, and I would consider it because, again, I just don't have that connection. I don't know if I want to sell a lot before I go into the bunker because I want to see like where things could go.
Yep.
And then kind of assess. But again, I just don't have the connection to the character. I wanted it because it looked cool. But at the end of the day, we tend to keep the stuff that we connect to. So you bring up a great point, Eric, about Vampirella and all that stuff. So
that one's a little different. I think for other reasons, you can hold on to that one.
Yeah. Tom says 188 folks here. Smash that like button. Let's go. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. No one needs a connection to buy Vampirella. There you go. Just buy it.
Basically where I was going.
It's a half-naked vampire. I mean, what's not to like?
Henry's a wise man.
He is a wise man. I mean, you have
some Elvira stuff that she would go with too.
That's what I was thinking.
I know Tweeterhead, and you guys have seen some teasers, but Tweeterhead's coming out with some really great Elvira stuff, and so that's going to be really exciting for a lot of collectors. But if I want a half-naked vampire, Jeff has a half-naked alien in his collection.
It's true.
That's true.
Backhead Voodoo brings up a good point. You don't have a connection to Samurai. It's just something you wanted that was different. So
yeah.
So I had some people that had never been in the Batcave this weekend come in, and they were family visiting, and they had kind of watched the channel, so they were really excited to see the collection for the first time, and they were really blown away by the Samurai stuff. They really liked. They're like, it's so different. So that's what they spent most of the time looking at.
I had friends and family over this past weekend too, and I can tell you I did not take my eyes off of that guy behind me right there. I do not like having my statues out in the open for that reason. When kids come over and they want to touch everything, and I'm like, I gotta stand like I'm a guard over my statues, like don't touch.
And I had one family member that came in. He's like, 6'5", big dude. I told him, be careful of Mr. Freeze's ice shard over here. Be careful of this cape. Blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
He ran into that cape hard.
Oh.
Even after I told him, I'm like, just like I did it Dan's. Did you guys see that? I ran right into Dan's cape.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh my God. So it's scary having people in the cave, like you said. It's just, you always worry about it, which is, my wife is right, because I wanted to put everything in the living room out there and just have that be my cave. But if anybody comes over, I'll be like, I like the idea that I can just shut and lock the door, So I don't know.
I had people in on Thursday, but everybody was pretty calm. There were no kids, so they were like walking around like this. So like, I don't want to touch anything, and I'm like, I don't want you to touch anything either. So.
I know. Hector says he remembers when the Batman statue collector was iffy about the Samurai collection, afraid to jump down that rabbit hole. And the thing is, so not only is that a whole new collection, it's a very, very expensive collection. I mean, the Samurai line is not cheap. Especially when you're talking about a $2,000 Ivy or a $2,000 Batman. So I mean, it's literally $4,000 sitting on my shelf in 2 pieces.
Yeah.
But I'm really glad I went down that route. I love it.
They're all also different in a way that they're very impressive with all the details and everything that goes on in them. So.
And I didn't appreciate it until I saw it in person. Like I was never impressed with them in photos. So I don't know.
I got a quick question for you guys.
Yeah, what's
I
up?
brought this up in my Facebook group about a month ago, but I don't think I asked you guys.
What's up?
In early January, we're having our house fumigated. What would you do with your statues? Would you leave them? Would you cover them with garbage bags? What would you do?
I definitely cover them. I've done that once, not with statues in my house though.
Mm-hmm.
To be 100% honest, I would probably take them out.
Really?
If you can, yeah.
I would really worry about somehow that those chemicals adhering to the paint. I don't know if it would.
Yeah.
But it would make me worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do
Or
you have to
anything
go
that
back?
has fabric?
What's that?
Any of them that have fabric capes or fabric pieces?
You have any fabric at this point? Or are they all sculpted?
Yeah, Superman and Batman both have fabric.
Like you're talking about fumigated, like those spray bombs that go off, right? Like
We're getting fully tinted and the whole
vapor bomb.
deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the foggers.
I think
I only have 2 fabric capes. Nope, I've got
yeah, they
4.
they tell you take everything out or cover it, especially like stuff like that you eat with. I'd be nervous to have anything in the house to do that.
They actually said we don't have to do anything with our plates, silverware, any of that stuff.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, that's surprising to me.
Yeah, that's weird.
But if they're confident about that, then you'd probably be okay just to cover it then.
Yeah, I was thinking about just buying some white kitchen trash bags and draping one over each statue.
Yeah.
Yeah, and seal it on the
I would
bottom
agree
nice
with-
and tight.
I would agree with
Maybe
Jeff,
get
but I
some
think-
painter's tape and
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
just to
seal them, if you
keep it
seal
from
them
air
up.
getting in it.
Yeah, seal up the bottoms. And...
I didn't think about that. Like I was just thinking like those thin plastic sheets or something you drape over it like a painter thing would do.
No.
But I think if you bagged each one, taped it up, or at least taped it to the shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taped to the shelf. I think you'd be okay. I would maybe just be extra cautious with the fabric, like Jeff said. Maybe just take those off and take them out
Right.
because you don't want it just in case it would absorb. But if they say it's once you said plates, I'm like, if they say plates are fine, good Lord, you would think that it'd be okay then.
Yeah.
Everyone in the chat's telling me to box them all up.
Yeah, pack them up. But yeah, once you said plates, I'm like, well, surely it'd be okay then.
Right.
So when is that happening?
It's like January 6th or 9th or something like that.
Jeez, that's a big
Yes.
deal with the whole.
I got some time to plan, but I have to figure out what I'm going to do.
So what Hector's saying is plates and silverware can be washed,
Yeah, that's true.
but you can't wash your statues. But like I said, if you bag each one and seal it, I think you'll be okay.
Do they have to do that room? Can you like just do the rest of the house and leave that room?
Well,
Yeah, we have a termite problem right now, so we want to make sure that we get them.
yeah.
Yeah, because even if they're in your area, they could spread then back in wherever they were before.
Right. Yeah.
So
What did they give any instructions about that you need to wash your dishes, pots and pans and silverware after this, or
I have to look at it again, but my impression was they said you don't. Yeah.
I would just in case. Like it would
Yeah,
bother me.
yeah.
It's like suddenly the next Rogues Gallery Live, you have orange hair or something like that. It's like, yeah.
All right. Yeah.
maybe you'll get some spider powers or something. Probably be a termite power.
Yeah.
There you go.
You'll be eating wood.
Well, I'm sorry you have to deal with termites. I know that is a giant pain in the ass.
You live at the beach, you're going to deal with termites. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, I've seen that in movies where they cover the whole house.
Like E.T. Isn't that what they did in like E.T. or something, where they had that whole house
E.T..
covered?
Yeah.
That's what I always think of. It's like that big tarp thing, that clear tarp.
I just remember seeing a movie where that was part of an elaborate murder scheme.
Yeah.
Somebody got trapped in the house and was murdered, and then they find out that one of the family members murdered them.
They're putting up a tarp around the house and coming in with hazmat suits, but they're saying, okay, your dinnerware and your utensils are okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, yeah, they're completely sealed up with the gloves. Like, yeah.
Go ahead and lick the floor.
Yeah, good luck. We got your money, but thank you. Good luck to you. Yeah. I would maybe do a little bit more research on the plate thing.
Okay.
Because that would bother me a little bit. But I do think if you sealed it up, it'd probably be okay.
Right.
At least we hope. We hope so. But I know like boxing them up and moving them all would be a giant pain.
It would indeed.
Which is again where it's great that you have a little bit smaller room. Like that's that's helpful.
Yeah, that's true.
In a way. But I know it'd still be a giant pain.
Yeah, I think like what Morris said, just throw a bag around each one and tie it on the bottom. Nice and tight.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, let's welcome Dan Default from Wayne North. Just in time. Hey, Dan.
Hey, boys. How are you?
Doing okay. You must be on the road.
I am on the road, but we are good to go. I am happy to be able to join the second half.
All right.
Nice.
Are you in Vengeance?
I am in Vengeance, actually, and he's driving me home in a rather nasty rainstorm, actually.
Oh, well, be very careful. Are you able to see the screen?
I am able to see the screen. It is in my peripheral vision.
I want to thank Dan because Dan drove me home in Boston from Wayne Manor North that evening, and I got to have my very first Tesla ride, which was very, very cool. What a great car that is.
That was fun, and drove us all the way from New Hampshire to Boston all by itself. It was, awesome.
It was very, very cool. So,
yep.
Anyway, welcome. I hope it got safely away from the airport and good to go.
We are good to go, and the wife is off to St. Louis.
All right. Well, hopefully she'll have a great adventure there.
Yep.
And we were just getting ready to get started with photos, so perfect timing.
Excellent timing. Yeah, well, good to see you guys.
Yeah, good to see you as well. Welcome. All right, let's do this thing.
Hey, Chris, let me know if it's too much road noise or anything, if you want me to mute or anything.
Sure, no problem.
It's actually very soothing. It's like white noise. Right
Yeah, it does. It's like, it is nice. I like it.
Sounds like my outside. We had bad rain over here, too. It's been raining for like 2 days straight.
Spoiler alert, but this is going to be my video tomorrow morning. This was just revealed today. This is from Infinity Studios, and I have some fun with this in my video, of course. But this, of course, is Game of Thrones. This is Daenerys. So, what do you guys think? Everybody's saying 5 out of 10 likeness. Are you guys in agreement? I pretty much am.
When you said this is Daenerys, I would say, if you say so. I don't see it.
You know what? I don't think I've ever seen a piece with such varying opinions, because I'm hearing some people say 80% and some people saying nothing at all. So I think it's 75% there.
That's a bad angle right there.
That's a bad angle. I feel like this angle right here for me is like 30%.
That's bad.
That's interesting to me.
This is a little bit better, but I don't think that looks like her.
So I was telling you guys, like normally I'm usually in agreement. Like I'll say, well, I could tell who it is. This is one of those pieces. I was scrolling through Facebook and I was like, is that supposed to be from the House of Targaryens, like the new characters? And then I'm reading the comments and everybody's like Emilia Clarke. I'm like, wait, that's supposed to be Daenerys? But to me, it didn't look like any of them, but I don't see it that much.
I feel like maybe her eyes are okay, but I feel like her nose down is not right. It's something. I just don't know what it is. I mean, obviously the body looks really good. I love it. It's the double arms and it's got the dragons, but I just don't feel like that's her.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing it. I mean, if I squint very hard, I can see it, but I'm not really seeing it.
What are people in the chat saying? Are they
They are
enjoying
as
it?
different as I mentioned.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I say this in my video again, a little spoiler for tomorrow, but I really feel like it's a really great piece, and I think that if they improve the face sculpt, it would be a big seller for them. But I feel like it's far enough off that I think it'll really affect their sales, because this is going to be an over $4,000 piece.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And so I feel like they need to get it right.
The dragon looks really good.
Yeah, the dragon looks great.
There's actually a couple of different dragons on it. There's one on the base down here, and it's got this really intricate base. I think that looks really nice.
You know, Chris, she's one of those actresses that, or just one of those human beings. She's got a very unique look, right? I mean, stunningly beautiful, but not necessarily classically, right? So I feel like the face is just a little bit generic. There's something about her face in real life that is unique. I don't feel like they've captured that. You know, it's hard to explain, but there's just something about her, and it's not coming through.
Yeah, like even when you don't see her on the show, she looks a little bit different than when she's on the show. It's like it's weird.
Yep, for sure.
I agree. Like I said, I feel like her eyes are pretty correct. They look like her eyes to me, but then whenever I raise the screen here, I just don't feel like the nose down is right. But maybe that's just me. That's just the way I see her. Again, everybody sees these people differently, but I feel like this has been Infinity Studios' biggest miss so far. So, but again, hopefully they'll maybe go back and tweak it just a little bit. I know companies have done that. I know Queen Studios did that with the Wonder Woman and made a big difference. But I think the rest of the statue looks quite lovely.
Yeah. So with this picture though, is this indicative of in other words, do they have the process to be able to change it at this point?
I would assume. I mean, this is just a prototype.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Well, it's kind of like the Tom Holland. We all hated the Tom Holland at first, and then it kind of looked a little bit better towards the end.
Well, they styled his hair better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That helps.
Yeah.
This isn't a hair problem, and the hair looks fine, and the body looks fine.
I was trying to be positive.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Well, let's move on to something that's pretty awesome here. This is the Batcave. So we saw a lot of photos. A lot of these are from Kelvin Loke. I want to thank him, and I want to thank him for giving me permission to use his videos and photos. That was really awesome with him. So thank you very much. And again, just amazing photos from this big event. They had so many statues. Wasn't it awesome to see all the photos?
Sure was.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is the Gabriel Del Auto. Again, this is our first live show since the reaction show that we did. So this is really exciting to see some of these on display. This is a quarter scale again. Very, very cool. So what are your impressions? We've had a little bit of time to kind of sink in. What do you guys think about the Batcave?
I don't think I'll be able to fit the whole thing in my collection. But then again, I'm more hesitant to say that this year than I was last, because last year I would have sworn to you that I couldn't fit the Fabok Batman.
Right.
But look how that turned out, right? That thing it's actually easier to fit that one than the Hush Batcave. So,
yeah,
depth is challenging. Depth, I think, in many ways is much more challenging than height for most collectors. And this thing looks, at least it appears in video and pics, to be super deep.
So they're selling him with just the chair and out the computers, or
So I'm glad Dan brought that up, and I'm glad you brought that up as well, Eric. So you can buy just the chair with Batman in it. You can buy just the chair and the computers, and then you can buy just the chairs, the computers, and the Batcave itself.
and just Alfred.
You're going to have a lot of different options. The only thing that I would recommend is I really think that Prime One should add a hole in the base so Alfred could stand on the regular base.
Yeah.
Instead of being a separate base. I really think that they need to consider that. I'm hoping that, because they have said that Alfred can be sold separately. And so I'm hoping that they do add some sort of hole on the actual base so Alfred could stand on it if you buy both.
Yeah, that's good.
Chris, do we know if the cape, I know that there was another pic, right, of Alfred holding the cape and cowl.
Yes.
Is that an EX for the Alfred piece, or is that, do we know how we get that?
That is unknown at this point. I have been told that Alfred will be sold separately. I'm assuming that he'll come with both swap outs, unless he has his own individual EX, which could be the cowl, and then the tray would be the regular.
Right.
Which I've got. Here's a picture of Alfred here. This is the first quarter scale Alfred ever done, which is fantastic. And here he is with the tray that I was referring to. So he has the tray in one hand, and then he can also be swapped out for the cowl. It is interesting because when they actually showed this in the next level event, maybe next level 3, they showed multiple different hands and different leg swap outs. And so they've obviously narrowed it down to just this pose. So this is at least initially, this is the only pose that I think we're going to get. Because obviously I think originally they had more swap outs, or maybe it was even going to be 1/3 scale. Another crazy thing is these screens, you can plug them in and have your own USBs. You can have your own videos playing on the screens. You can have, it's just, I've never seen anything like it. It's really impressive.
And then if we have Alfred holding the cape and cowl, we should have a switch out of Batman like naked.
There is an unmasked portrait.
Okay.
And then of course you have the Batcave diorama on the back. If you buy the Batcave. But again, you could buy it just. I feel like if you're going to buy the chair with the computers, you might as well buy the Batcave too. But it's really neat.
That'll depend for me. That'll depend on the price difference. Just to have the whole set would be great if it's not that much of a price difference, because I probably won't be. Again, pending the depth dimension, probably won't be displaying that backside, but.
I talk about it in my video, but the only thing I don't like about the back of this is how this thing juts out.
Yeah.
Instead of it just being flat across the back, I think that's going to hurt some depth right there.
Yeah, a lot.
That's fair.
So I don't know why they felt like they needed that, but still really cool on the back.
Maybe some with the electronics.
Yeah, maybe. Again, there's Alfred with the teapot. But how cool is that to finally get an Alfred?
It's really cool. It's awesome.
We'll move on. This is another one that we were shown. So this is the Batman and Catwoman. So the artist, they haven't revealed what the scale is. But the artist did come out and say that when he sculpted it, it was going to be 3rd scale. So he doesn't know if it's going to be 3rd scale or quarter scale, but he sculpted it at 3rd. So I just wanted to update that to everybody. I do think this looks really good. Of course, this is Jim Lee, and I think Catwoman looks really good here based on his art. Another blue Batman, though.
Yep.
Well, they'll do a black version.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not like a bright blue though. So
yeah, it's not too bad. So hopefully we'll be posted on that one. This is one that I've ordered. This is something I ordered directly from Prime 1. This is the Catwoman Michelle Pfeiffer. Looking good on display here. Did anybody else order her, or am I the only one?
Just you.
Sounds like just me. I hear crickets.
So what made you go with this over JND?
It's actually a dark side.
Oh, I mean dark side, sorry.
And so I'm getting both. I'm getting the dark side 3rd scale and also this in 3rd scale, and I'm going to compare them. I just like them both. One thing I really liked about the Prime 1 is I like that it has the strings coming out, which is cool. I think that the lightness is very, very good on the dark side, and we'll see that here soon. So I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things where everybody wins. They both look great. It really just depends on which one you like better. But I did think that she looked really good on display here. In 1/3 scale. I like the pose as well.
Yeah, she looks awesome.
Really good.
Yeah, I still go back to if I'm collecting movie pieces, I really like an unmasked portrait. I would have to go with the dark side just for
And
the
that's,
unmasked.
yeah, Dark Side's got the unmasked, so that's definitely, I mean, I feel like that's where it beats it. I could see Prime 1 coming out with a separate bust or something, just like they did with the Joker, maybe unmasked. So we'll see.
That'll be interesting.
This was a
maybe the tattered mask.
That's, I was gonna say, that's what I would dream about. I would love a tattered mask.
Yep.
Be awesome. So this is the variant on the Fabok Batman, blue Batman. I'm still very glad that I have the black one, but I think that this looks fun as well.
Yeah, it seems a lot of people are excited for the blue.
Yeah.
A variant of this.
I'm guessing, Jeff Moritz, you like this one better?
Yep.
Yep, I know you like blue Batman.
It seemed like it just showed up a little better, the suit.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it makes it highlight the suit a little bit more.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite as dark and menacing.
I feel like the cape looks, you can see the folds in the cape a little better.
Yeah. Yeah, anytime you add, something that's not black, I think you're going to see the detail. And again, I just think it's nice that it's being offered for collectors, obviously, that want something different. So, although I think it's more expensive, isn't it? I think it's going to be more expensive.
It was. I think it was like $100 or $200 more.
That's $100 more, I think.
Wow.
I thought that was really surprising. In other news, Jason Fabok contacted me yesterday and said that he received my bat. And so he's excited to sign it and send it on. So that's very exciting.
Nice.
We also had Power Girl on display. What do you guys think of this after you've had a week to kind of look at her?
I liked her when I first seen her, and I still like her. So
it's nothing I'd buy, but I feel like it's grown on me a little bit.
Yeah, me too.
I do agree.
Sideshow.
Yeah, I agree with the Power Girl symbol on the base, though. Same thing. There should be like a plug, so you could plug that up or something.
I feel like this portrait looks pretty good. I still don't like the short hair portrait.
Yeah, I don't like using the word hate, but I hate the other portrait.
Dislike.
Dislike
greatly.
Just looks kind of sleepy.
Yeah, she kind of suffers a little bit from the Black Widow from Queen.
She also looks very young for Power Girl, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think she's kind of missing that sassy look that Power Girl normally has.
It's kind of like that.
Normally looks pretty focused.
It's got that slight anime manga look to it, but
Yep.
There's that logo that Eric was talking about. So I'm guessing it can't be removed, but who knows?
yeah, because then you have all the stars around it too. So it's
there it is next to the Wonder Woman. So kind of cool to see them side by side.
I still like her. She looks good.
I like her better than the Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I like the other Wonder Woman, that Injustice one.
Better than that.
Yeah, the other Wonder Woman they're doing. I like her better. This was on display. This is the brand new Dark Knight Returns 3 quarter scale. I feel like this looked awesome, but it looked really tiny.
Compared to their other stuff, it did.
Well, they are both crouched down.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a tiny piece regardless. Love the Joker. The Joker looks really good. But love the way that's turning out. So if you're a fan of this, and this again was Jim Lee, which is cool. Look at that. Look at that Joker. I think there was another one with the battering in his eye, wasn't there?
Yep, there was.
So there'll be a swap out Joker portrait, probably a deluxe. But that looks cool. Robin. I think it's a good looking piece.
Oh yeah.
I think it's really well done. There's 2 portraits for Batman as well, and he's got the blood, coming out of his chest.
Alex Thompson brings up a good point. You think they'll do a black variant of this?
Sure.
Why not?
Why not? But you know what? If I was going to get one, I would get the blue. I think the blue looks really nice here.
Yeah, in this case, I like the blue.
I think the blue is really nice with the other color combinations. This is one I would actually consider this one. I like it. We also have this one. This one I was a little bit underwhelmed by, but these are just renders. This is the Gabriel Del Otto Batcave. I don't love this cowl. Looks kind of like Wolverine to me.
Yeah, yeah.
With the extra line going through, but just I don't know. I might like it more when I see it finished. But
it almost looks like that cowl from that David Finch sketchbook that he just came out with.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, exactly. And I think that cowl is Wolverine in that cover.
It's yeah.
I thought it was Batman, but I found out it's Wolverine.
We went back to it. It's like they show him next to Batman, so I don't know if it's like inspired by Batman or some different version of Batman.
Might be. Let's switch gears a little bit. These are in-hand photos of the J&D. I'm going to go on the record. So I have been pretty critical about J&D with their face sculpts. I do, however, I think this is the best Diehl third scale out there. I think this is better than the Queen I have, but this obviously is more expensive by quite a bit. So you do have to consider that, but I do think that this is a very, very good Diehl likeness. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
I think that looks great.
Yeah, it does. It looks good.
I like what all the companies they're doing. If I was a movie collector, I would want all these, like how they're doing the Pattinson and they're doing the one, like have them both, like and they're the Bruce Wayne version and the Batman version. It's pretty cool.
I just want to say I feel like this is the best J&D produced item so far, bar none for me. I think Bruce Wayne looks really good. He still looks a little bit old in some pictures, but I think this
clothing looks great.
A great set.
Yep.
Tailoring looks nice, and obviously Prime One's doing their Michael Keaton Batman.
Yeah.
And Bruce Wayne. So, speaking of him, here he is right there.
Yeah, like I said, if I was a collector, I would love to have all of them. Like I don't know which company, but there's a company that they're doing a Pattinson also. The only thing that would worry me is hopefully they all scale correctly next to each other, being they're different companies.
I'm starting to hear echo. Do you guys hear that?
Yeah, I think it's Dan. Might be.
Oh, it's me?
Are you home or do something different?
Nope.
I don't hear the rain anymore. I just hear you.
Yeah. It stopped raining. I'll
All right,
mute.
now it's fine. It's back.
Yeah, I don't hear it now.
I think having the line of the Batman I would be interested in, but not. I don't know that I would want to go with the Bruce Wayne.
Just Batman.
Yeah, all of them. It'd be cool.
So there's not very many pictures of him because there was a sign that says "Don't photograph it." A few people did anyway. This is probably the best
I watched
photo.
Art's video of the show. It just was a new video.
Yeah.
He videoed it. Like you get that's a really good moving picture of it.
You said Art did?
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to check. I don't think I've seen it yet. I'll have to check it out. And some people say that it's boring.
Yeah.
I really like it because this is how he was always presented. In all the production stills and everything, he was just kind of like this. Now this is the way his cape was, also kind of folded over. I think I would probably have the cape down, where it was more billowed out, because again, that's all the promotional photos and stuff had it like that. I think this looks really great. What do you guys think?
I agree. First impression is he looks stiff, but that's how he was in the movie. He was just, even when he walked around.
I don't think that suit could even move. I think they just dollied him in. And
it was basically like a scuba suit with just latex adhered to it. I think the likeness looks really good here. Some people have, they complained about the eyes looking sideways and being derpy. So I don't know. Again, it's not the best photo in the world. What do you think of the Bruce Wayne portrait? I think it looks pretty good.
I don't. I mean, it's hard to pull off, but I don't love the hair 100%.
It's 80s poofy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the way it was in the movie. I mean, he
I know, not the style. Just I guess the way it's sculpted. I guess I'm so used to seeing all these like rooted hair statues these days.
Yeah. But there's another image there. So I think this will be a big seller for them. It's a long time coming. Long time coming. Hello.
Hello.
This is for Jeff Delaney right here.
Woo!
So this is either good news or bad news, depending on if you are a quarter scale collector. This is quarter scale. It's not third scale. They've definitely downsized it.
I don't know if they did.
What do you mean?
I don't think they ever stated this was a 1/3 scale piece.
I'm trying to remember if they did or not.
They
But if it's
revealed it.
following suit to everything else, it should have been 1/3.
It makes sense because the rest of the line has been 1/3. Satana and the other ones.
Dead Man.
Yeah. Is Swamp Thing part of that universe too?
Yeah, Swamp Thing was
They
1/3.
made a Swamp Thing.
1/3. So I think that's, whether it's intentional or not, it obviously, ticked people off, but obviously some people like Jeff are very excited to add a quarter scale piece. Again, it's going to be quarter scale with Prime 1 quality, which is very, very exciting. I just think this one looks great. I don't see anything wrong with it. I think the design is fantastic. Jeff,
Curious to see their pricing on it.
Say that again.
I'm curious to see their quarter scale pricing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Because it may be 1/3 adjacent.
I was gonna say, I bet this one's 1,200.
It could be.
I bet it will be. Is this a day one for you, Jeff, or no?
Well, I'm definitely going to buy it. He's going to go right next to the XM Swamp Thing.
That's awesome. He'll look great.
Yeah.
Again, this is Liber Mejo, if you didn't know. 3
portraits.
That's awesome. That means more money.
You bet.
That's what that means. Harley, they didn't have this one on display, but I did want to share in case people missed this one. This one's a death metal Harley that's going to be coming out with multiple portraits. This one is not for me, but it's still cool.
I think it might be for Dan, though.
It might be for Dan. What do you think, Dan?
It is sick as hell. I assume this is third scale, right?
We're assuming.
Yeah, if it was quarter, I'd be all in. I just think it's really interesting and different and cool. But having downsized, I have the Sideshow's Batman Who Laughs. I have XM's Robin King, both in quarter scale, and this to me would look great with them.
Yeah.
But third scale kind of derails it for me.
Good point.
And just think how big of a third scale it will be with the dogs.
So it's definitely third.
Well, I would assume because all their other death metal pieces have been third.
We said that about Constantine.
Yeah, I was going to say, so they haven't confirmed it yet, but I'm going to guess 90% that it's third scale.
It's going to be a massive third scale.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be on par with the Batman Who Laughs. I mean, it'll, having just the 2 dogs on it. The base doesn't look too big, but the dogs sticking out will obviously make it a larger piece. So we'll see.
So is this a death? Is it a death metal piece?
So it is who said it? I think it's a Dark Knights metal. Because it was based on the art of Francisco Mattina.
Yeah.
And there were multiple covers that looked identical to this.
We were actually just looking at that today.
Yeah. So I believe it is a Dark Knights metal piece, not a death metal.
So the cover we were looking at today
is almost that same exact image we're looking at on
right there.
Yeah.
But that's a cover for Harley. That's a variant for Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I read the description to it. So it's Harley Quinn number 25 is the issue. It's the first appearance of Harley Who Laughs.
Right.
But if you read the synopsis, it's it mentions like it's all about the multiverse, that issue.
Okay.
So I'm assuming
I'm just kind of thinking out loud. Like I'm not sure 100% that I'd say it's part of the death metal line. all those other pieces are from the same storyline. This is from that universe, but not that line.
Yeah, it's going into the multiverse. I don't know if that's the death multiverse or the regular dark multiverse.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I would say that's an open question.
So hopefully time will tell. I mean, hopefully we'll know sooner than later what it's going to be, but who knows? But it's going to be a cool piece. I think, again, it might not be for everybody, but I love that portrait right there. I think it's beautiful.
Yep, I agree.
Let's move on to the Rock. What do you guys think of this? This was on display there. I think this looks incredible.
Yeah, the likeness is insane. On a lot of the Rock statues, the Black Adam statues that they're making, they really captured his likeness really good.
I showed this to my wife, and she thought it was like 90%. I'm like, I think it's way more than that. Like, I think it's darn near spot on for me. What about you, Jeffs?
Yeah,
it looks good. I watched that this weekend.
I haven't finished it.
Did you like it?
I did. It was good.
I thought it was better than Black Panther 2.
I haven't seen that yet either.
I thought
Black Panther 2 was hard. It was not a movie. I don't think you could enjoy it.
It was just slow.
It was an emotional ride.
It was emotional ride, but it was so slow. I just feel like there was like an hour that could have been cut out.
I got caught in a different Adam. I was watching Adam's Family Wednesday.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say you guys were talking about that. I haven't seen that yet. I was trying to avoid your. I was trying to avoid your.
Yeah, sorry. It was a little late. I think we might have went a little bit spoilish, but not too much. So sorry.
That's okay. I just kind of skipped through it because I didn't know for sure if there'd be spoilers. But
whatever I said was just guesses. I haven't finished it yet, so don't. Whatever I said, don't take. I
don't think we nailed anything down. It was not. I thought I had it figured out 3 or 4 times, and it was. Yeah. I didn't get close.
It's a good like Scooby-Doo moment, like
cool.
Like you don't know who it is.
You guys know I'm a Batman collector. This is one that I would actually consider. I think it's so well done. I love the floating effect. And I just think it looks so good. I mean, I'm a big Rock fan, so it's like this would be cool to have in your collection, I think. If they can match this paint, if they can make it look like this. Because this is Blitzway. So I guess time will tell, right?
So I need to tell Dan something real quick.
Yeah. So
Dan's been buying the Batman animated pieces.
Yes.
Yep.
And did you see, Dan, that Sideshow listed a print tonight by Bruce Timm with Joker and Batman fighting on a roller coaster, and it's Batman animated. It's from an episode called Be a Clown that's supposed to be one of the better episodes.
Ooh.
It does look cool.
The limitation is 100, and I just looked on the site, and there's only 10 left.
Which site?
Sideshow. So if you're interested, you might want to jump on and take a look at that.
All right, guys.
Through Clampett Art.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a canvas framed piece.
It's not cheap, but they're about to sell out, and I thought you'd want to know.
I definitely wanted them. Thank you for letting me know.
Sure.
It's based on an animation cell that was sold in the Warner Brothers store in '93.
Cool.
Really? Wow, that is cool.
Well, I'm going to go to Sideshow right now and check it out as well.
And I'm glad you purchased that Joker, Dan, because if you didn't, I was eyeing it as well. I was like, somebody has to purchase that Joker.
Yeah, I'm really glad that you picked those up. I think those are very, very fun. Oh yeah, $560.
I don't know if I've ever seen the Joker. I've seen the Justice League ones, the Batman, the Wonder Woman, and the Superman. I've seen in person. There's
also a Harley and Poison Ivy one that they put up today too.
75th anniversary. Man, that is a really cool canvas.
Isn't that neat?
It's very cool. It's it's reminiscent of some things that Charles has had at his booth.
Those cells.
I love the roller coaster.
Those cells are expensive though.
So how did you know that there were only 10? Does it show like in a cart or something?
It was one of those things where I was looking at it and suddenly an image came up and it told me there's only 10 left.
Man,
And my pop-up says 5.
Yep.
yikes.
I was about to say, with everybody in the chat, it might be gone pretty soon.
I was gonna say, yeah, we're gonna sell. We're gonna thank you. You're welcome, Sideshow.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really cool, man. It's 560 though.
There's only 100 of them.
Well, it sure is neat. What's the size? Size is
Image dimensions are 17 by 22, 18 by 22 with the frame.
Yeah, CC3PO said 18 by 22.
not bad. I did get my shipping soon notification for the Bermejo that I'm getting, that Batman with Joker.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
That comes remarked, right?
Yeah, I think so, and it's got the.
That's cool.
Well, I don't know. That's the one from Charles. This is the one from Sideshow.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Where it's kind of like the Batman damned head, with Joker upside down. He's grabbing him at the neck.
Yeah, I remember now.
I got the canvas, so that one will be shipping. But man, this Bruce Timm one's really cool. Ugh, I got to think now. Man, only 5 left. So anyway, we'll get back to it here.
Yep.
This was also the Wonder Woman. That's the variant. This is the Wonder Woman I said I liked better. I like this one a lot.
I like it a lot too.
Beautiful portrait, and the gold. A lot of people are really liking the gold. Something different. This, I believe, is the Injustice too.
Yeah, it is. It's a variant.
Yeah. So they had her on display. Got blue flames instead of the red flames.
It's cool.
So here's Vampirilla. Maybe we can get an idea of the texture a little bit.
Yeah, you
Definitely
can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could see the bumps.
I mean,
But again, it's just a lot more skin than you're used to seeing, you know.
barely has any clothes on. She might be really cold and has like goosebumps all over.
Definitely has some goosebumps there. But here's some texture. You can see the texture on the leg. But still a beautiful piece. Will the Batman statue collector buy her?
Live pre-order.
That's right. I know Leo would be very happy. He's been bugging me to get it. I love the base.
You know what struck me also seeing this in person? It didn't seem as big as I expected. It doesn't seem like a big space heater.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's real narrow.
Yeah.
No, it's just the width of the chair. I think Dan is back. Got you back, Dan.
Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry, I didn't realize when I went to another Safari page that it was going to kick me off.
No worries. Were you able to see it?
I want to thank Jeff Delaney. I appreciate that, sir. I have purchased that piece of art.
No,
Oh,
nice.
great. Congratulations.
Very
Thank
nice.
Thank you.
Very,
Love
very
it.
nice.
Love it. It's awesome. Perfect.
Well, it's definitely going to go with your new pieces.
It certainly is. Yep.
Yeah. Are we back to Vampirilla, guys?
I feel
Yes.
like I need to see it. I don't know what anybody's talking about.
So anyway, they had her on display as well. Beautiful. Now this is one that Dan and I have ordered.
Chris, I'm sorry, just one question on the Vampirilla piece.
Yes.
A lot of pictures came through on, was it PCS's Vampirilla?
Yes. It's coming up soon.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
I've got her coming up.
All right.
So this is again these are pieces that we've seen before, but it's cool to see them under real lighting.
So just real quick, sorry, what are we looking at on Sideshow? The art print?
It's called Be a Clown. It's Clampett Studios, Batman animated, Joker and Batman on a roller coaster fighting.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's old. Isn't that an old piece? I remember seeing that.
It might be. It looks like it's signed by Bruce Timm though.
I feel like I've seen it. Yeah, that's cool.
You probably
Apparently, it was a sale that they sold in the Warner Brothers store for a while.
It might have been.
Yeah.
We're looking right now at Say Cheese. I absolutely love this. This pops. The color is insane.
Yeah.
I still don't love the Robin, but I love the Joker. I think it's really great.
I was looking at the wrong one. Sorry. Good. Now I'm looking at it. Cool.
The portraits on this are amazing.
They are.
Chris.
They're so good.
I mean, really good.
I
All of them.
am. Yeah, I'm super stoked to get this one in. I know it's not everybody's favorite Joker, but I really like it. I think this is going to be another one where whenever people start getting it in hand, they'll want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's growing on me. If I had the space, I would really like to get that one.
And again, like Dan said, really great portraits. This is John Pham here, who we had the pleasure of meeting in San Diego. And I just wanted to show you the size of this diorama next to him.
Wow.
Massive piece.
Wow. Huh.
Basically the size of the bat bike.
That's huge.
Yeah, it's massive. This is third scale,
Wow.
but
That's
really big.
cool.
Crazy.
I remember when they debuted this on their event show. This is one that got a lot of really positive response.
It did.
From the viewers.
Yeah. It's a big piece, and it's incredible. If you're a fan of this book, obviously it's got some great swap outs as well.
Does the light post light up?
I think it does. Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a neat diorama. But anyway, it looks like it's. I think this is a production piece actually. We also had Devastator on display. I still think this one looks really great. Again, really great detail. And again, this is Bruce Wayne transformed into him.
Doomsday.
From the story, yeah. And you also have the little Batman that can go with him.
Still thinking on that one.
I just feel like this is one you'd have to have up high. Like it's just such a low profile on him that you have to have a top shelf for him. But still an impressive piece. This is the Batman that goes with the Penguin.
I like that a lot.
This one?
Yeah.
I haven't ordered it yet. Sorry, I had that out of order. I must have thought that was the wrong one. Sorry about that, guys. We'll get to the Penguin here in a second. This is the Dark Knights or the Death Metal Batman. A lot of crazy detail on this piece.
I love that one.
It's really different and unique. Has a lot going on.
That was a big piece too.
It's a big, giant piece.
It looks really massive. Again, just crazy details with all the zombie heads and the Robin and just everything else. Just, again, crazy piece.
Yeah, it's cool.
We also saw Deathstroke. I'm sorry, Darkseid.
Darkseid.
This is an incredible looking piece. Very, very cool. Look at the texturing on this guy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Big piece. They also have the Death Metal Superman, or the Death Metal Superman.
That's cool.
It's got some cool details on him. Kind of a lunging portrait, lunging body. But pretty cool.
I like the way the face is painted. Looks good.
Yeah, that's the alternative portrait. We also had Steppenwolf. Again, talk about detail. It's crazy. And swap out with the mother box. This is Kelvin right here, Kelvin Loke, standing next to the Penguin and Batman. So it gives you an idea of how tall that's going to be. And also you can see the Batman versus Joker behind it. It towers over that.
It looks really good.
It does. Here's the Penguin. It's got some, the faux feather or the faux, whatever that is, faux fur. There's the Batman. You guys think I should get the Batman too? Just stick with the Penguin.
I'd get both.
That means I'll have 3 Fabok Batmans.
Dude, you're the Batman statue collector.
Oh, I know. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Look how cool that looks though together.
Looks fantastic.
Yeah, it's good. It's really cool. Again, Penguin with a lot of different swap outs. I'm so excited about this Penguin. I can't wait. I love it. And definitely go, if you're going to get Batman, you got to get the one with the Batarang.
Especially you're getting the who is it? The Joker and the Punchline, so it kind of fits the whole ensemble of having the statue in front of the other statue type thing.
Yeah, that's true. And this one's coming home to the Batcave. I'm still very excited about this one.
Just enabling you a little bit more.
No, I know. Doesn't take much. Doesn't take much.
That did not look as big as I thought it would.
Yeah, it's not too bad actually. I mean, the base is going to be monstrous, but it's not as bad as I thought either. I thought this was a little bit bigger than I was expecting too. This is Kelvin next to the Justice Tank.
I feel like some of this is deceiving. I still think that Batman versus Joker is going to be huge.
I mean, it'll be big for sure.
It's got to be.
This is the one Eric was talking about earlier. This is one that's on my maybe list. I'm leaning more toward yes. I thought she looked good. The Bermejo Catwoman. Well, let's switch gears to this guy. This guy got a lot of attention. This is from our friends at Tweeterhead. Man, seeing this one painted up, this one looks incredible.
It looks really good.
This line has been hit after hit.
Yeah.
Which is great for Tweeterhead. Obviously, multiple display options. I really like the laughing 80s portrait. I think that's fun.
And you know what? If they get the clearance, the licensing figured out on Thundercats, that's going to do really good too.
It will. It will do really well for them. It's been a very
never
successful
watched
line.
an episode of He-Man, but I love their other Skeletor that they did.
Oh, the Sideshow one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great piece too. They're both really well done. We'll move on to the Riddler here. This is one that I'm trying to decide whether to do or not. I haven't ordered him yet. Dan, I know you're waiting. You're kind of passing at this time because of space.
Yeah, I'm passing because of space, and I'm really holding out for a traditional Riddler. I think I kind of got to the point with my samurai collection that, to go any heavier with it, I feel like it just kind of leans my collection in too much in one direction. So I'm kind of happy with what I have on the samurai front. So kind of made my peace with that.
Well, and you just sold your Catwoman, your Catwoman recently.
I did.
And that's one that I'm considering selling as well. So I was kind of wondering if maybe I should replace this one with the Catwoman, just for space-wise, because this one's more samurai to me, whereas the Catwoman's a little bit more modern.
I'm really drawn to this one.
I like it.
It looks awesome. I mean, I love the pink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
I love the art direction. It's a pretty big looking piece too.
It flows really, really nice. Like it's really nice on the eye, just the way it looks really good.
I agree. And I
Did
really
it
like.
surprise you guys that XM actually put out a video of this guy?
I am.
It was like a sideshow unboxing type thing.
Yeah, it's been a minute since they've done that.
It kind of made me wonder if maybe sales are not as good as they hope, and so they're trying to promote it more.
Might be.
Pump it up. Yep, pump it up.
Yep, that's right. So I probably will get this one, but I haven't quite decided yet. We also have. Is that sixlets? Sorry, my son just bought me sixlets. I love sixlets. That's awesome. Thank you very much. So this is just posted today. This is the Iron Studios 10 scale Riddler.
I was just looking at this before the show started.
And this looks really good.
Yeah.
It turned out really nice. Look at that. I'm really impressed.
See, this is what I'm afraid of. Like, I really want a Riddler statue, but I want something that's like super detailed looking, the way the XM Samurai Riddler is. That's what I'm worried about.
Well, you don't want a 10 scale one though.
No. But even like quarter scale, I don't want it to be like dumbed down. I want like something super detailed looking.
But
I don't know if they could pull that off with the classic Riddler.
Let's say that this right here was the Sideshow premium format. Would you buy it?
Probably not. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't know. It's hard to say.
If he was not in the chair.
So you don't like the hair?
The chair.
Oh, the chair.
If it was a sideshow, I would just want him standing or posed or something, but I feel like I would need everybody to be surrounding him in the chair. Like that Joker piece in the chair.
How has Sideshow not done a premium format of this?
Boggles the mind.
It boggles my mind.
Yep.
I just do not understand at all.
But I like the Riddler.
Yeah. Yeah, the Riddler looks good. So anyway, that clearly is shipping right now, so that's exciting. Iron Man Mark III, life size, is going for pre-order this week for all of you crazy life size collectors.
Yeah.
He won't be cheap.
I think it's a little over 10 grand.
That's a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a
And
lot.
the thing that I've noticed with their the first armors tend to have that dull paint, where the newer armors are that really like car finish shine.
Yep.
That would lean me in the direction. I would want the shiny finish.
I do love this armor though.
I do, but it looks dull.
Yeah, I agree. It's very flat.
Was it the Mark 7? I saw a couple videos of somebody unboxing that life size one, and it just looks flat.
Very. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think in person you want the shine.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the Vampirilla, Dan.
Oh yeah.
So this is PCS. I think the body looks very, very good. But a lot of people are not real happy with the portraits. So here's the first one. And here's the second one. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it's rough, and you know what? She's a victim of comparison with Prime Ones.
Yeah, that hurts it a lot.
Hurts it a lot because Prime Ones looks incredible. This, to me, doesn't. At least to my eye.
Even I'm just looking at just the hair by itself, like the strands and the texture, and the previous photo was a little bit worse.
This portrait or the paint job on this, it just feels kind of like a 10-year-old Sideshow.
Yeah.
A 10 years ago Sideshow.
Yep.
Like even look at the hair on that one, like just the hair, like it's like it got lost.
Smooth.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, that if the Prime 1 skin texture was just smooth and not textured, it would look like that hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, unless that's the look they were going for, I don't know the character all that well, but
You know, it does look like 2D art.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. A little bit flat. Even though she definitely is not flat.
I mean, it's not terrible. I mean, I like the statue, but
yeah, I think overall, I mean, the statue, it looks good, maybe more from afar. But like Dan said, I think the portraits are a little bit rough. But I still think it's pretty. I mean, it's still pretty from a distance.
Yeah, it's not something I would be like, well, I'm not buying it now or something like that. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
And again, I prefer the Prime 1. That's just my personal taste. So.
Yeah. Like I'm trying to put Prime 1 aside, pretend like that one doesn't exist. Like, would I go out and buy something like this?
Yeah, it's still a pretty statue.
Yeah.
Just seeing this would not make me think, ooh, I'd like to have that. Whereas the Prime 1 made me think, ooh, I'd like to have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think it's executed better for sure. I mean, for me in all aspects. But
Yeah.
I still think this is a pretty statue. If I saw this in a store, I'd be like, "Ooh, that's nice."
Yeah.
They had Chainsaw Man. I know this got a lot of attention from collectors. Crazy piece.
Yeah, that's insane.
Absolutely insane.
Hey, Chris, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just pulled into my house. I'm going to have to bail for tonight, but glad I was able to join you for the ride home.
Hey, absolutely. We're glad that you can be with us. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. I'll talk to you. I'll see you in the chats. See everybody in the chat.
Right,
Take care.
bud. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So Chainsaw Man there. Again, some great pictures. I mean, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Just
Everything going on is insane. Like the textures, the details, the paint. It's just incredible.
Such a cool piece. Crazy. We had the Predator. This is, I believe, the unmasked portrait. So a lot of people were excited about seeing that.
Cool.
Big piece. Look at that.
Beefy.
Isn't that crazy? Crazy piece right there. Predator. Love the detail on that one. Look at the skin
Yeah, it's cool.
with the red. And then we also had the the masked portrait. See, that might. I wonder if that's a different one. Is that a different one? Yeah, it's a different one.
Different.
Yeah, it's a different one. That was also on display there. I'm not sure what this one's called.
I feel like during the showcase you did show like a unmasked and a masked version.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's it down below. Yeah, there it is.
Maybe.
Yeah, right below you. Not below you, but on the picture down below.
This one right here.
Yeah, I think that goes to the same statue, right? It's like a bust or something.
Maybe so. Yeah, it's the same. So those are cool. This got a lot of attention too from collectors. They were really excited about this one.
It's really cool if you're a fan.
It is really cool. Look at the detail. I love it. The fingers. It's really neat. I hope this one does really well for Prime 1. I know, like I said, a lot of fans are excited about it. Again, great images. I love how Victorian this looks.
Yep.
Looks cool. And detail with the candles. It's neat. This was on display. These are all the Lord of the Rings pieces. People were complaining about this one they wish that it was bigger. They feel like it was a little undersized.
I feel like, I forget who it was. It might have been Kelvin addressed that one of them is 10% or something overscaled at the moment. I don't know which one it was though.
Overscaled.
Yeah, that they're working on making one of them smaller. It might have been, I don't know. I don't know names of the characters too well. I forget which one it was.
This is Gandalf. I love this one.
Yeah, he looks awesome.
And he had a couple of different portrait swap outs here. One with the hat and one without the hat.
That's cool.
So you shall not pass. Yeah, there's the one with the hat. Good likeness. I think that's a really good likeness. To Sir Ian. Very cool. And of course, the base is incredible. Right there. Isn't that cool? And then had some of the other pieces on display. I still love this one.
There we go. JC Chan in the chat said Boromir is overscaled, whichever guy that is.
I think that's this guy.
This guy?
So they're going to shrink him down a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, I believe he said he was 10%.
He's really tiny. He's a really tiny guy. But love that one. I thought this was the one that they said was underscaled, maybe, but maybe not. He looks a little small to me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now everybody in the chat saying you're looking at Gimli.
This is Gimli.
My mistake.
Gimli was the
My mistake. The one I thought was Boromir was actually Gimli.
No.
Which one's Boromir?
I think that's the guy with the beard and long hair.
Okay.
So that one's on display there as well.
This
There.
guy.
That one.
No, this one. This is the one I felt like the likeness could be improved. I do like this portrait though, but I love the arrow through his armor. Now, this one people were excited about as well, although they didn't love the other portrait. I can't remember which game this is. People didn't like this one. Had Uncharted. I thought this one was really fun. Looked good.
I think they all look. I just don't know the character resemblance enough to say,
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's great and that's not great.
I feel like it looks pretty good.
Otherwise, yeah, I think they all look cool. I don't know.
Yeah. This one's going up for pre-order maybe today or tomorrow, which we saw teased at the event. We also had some Transformers on display as well. I still love this one with the cape. Megatron and Optimus. I think this is Jetpack Power, or something like that. Can't remember what that one's called. Sorry, guys, I'm a Batman guy. More Transformers on display.
Jetstream or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
God, these pieces are massive. But still very awesome if you're a Transformers fan. This one was Alita. Fun piece.
Who's that one by?
Prime 1.
Is it Prime 1?
Yeah. Sorry, these have all been Prime 1. And these are just some of the ones that we saw at the Next Level event.
Yeah.
Some people would be interested in seeing them in the gallery here. I still like this one a lot. It's a fun piece.
Yeah.
This one's cool.
I remember that guy.
Yeah.
Giant shield.
Yeah, he's cool.
Is there a little guy on the base next to him?
Yes. Let's see. Yeah, he's down here fighting him.
That's funny.
Isn't that fun? There he is.
What's he gonna do?
Yeah, he's got no chance.
He's gonna cut his ankle.
Mm-hmm. Big Chap was on display.
Nice teeth.
Mm-hmm. Gold Red Death. So this is one of the variants for the 10th anniversary. Looks cool. I still prefer the red, but the yellow's pretty cool too. And Red Robin also on display. I'm sorry, Red Nightwing on display as well. I still prefer the blue.
Yep.
There's the Robert Pattinson Batman next to the Joker for size comparison. 3rd scale. I have this one on pre-order.
What do you think?
I can't wait. I love it.
What do you think of the size, though?
I think it's fine. I'm very, very happy with him. Seeing him in San Diego, I was blown away by him.
How big do you know how big Patterson is in real life?
I don't. I can't imagine him being that big. I mean, too big.
Did you say like Heath is like almost like over 6 feet, like 6?
I think he's like 6'1".
Oh, 6'1". All right.
So I feel like it's probably appropriate.
Okay. I was thinking he was taller.
And he's leaning down a little bit too. He's hunched over.
Yeah.
This was our thumbnail. This is a McFarlane Freeze. So I thought that was cool. I just wanted to throw it in there for people that are McFarlane collectors. Look at this thing.
That's insane.
This is Queen Studios.
It's life size, right?
You're going to need a big bat bunker for that.
Yeah. 4-car garage.
No kidding.
Yeah.
But what a centerpiece that would be, huh?
Yeah.
Here's Darkside Collectible Studio. This went up for pre-order this week. It's also now available through Todd. And beautiful. I'm really excited to get this one in as well.
That's what I like right there.
Yeah, I was going to say it's the unmasked portrait. So people have been talking about the texturing on her skin. You can see the texture that people are talking about. Some people don't love the blue eyes, how blue they are. but I feel like they nailed her likeness.
It's zoomed in though. It might not be.
Yeah, I mean we're super zoomed in. But I think she looks really good. I feel like the likeness is really, really good. I don't know, Jeff, you have one of these pieces. What do you feel like the texturing is like? Do you feel like it's...
You mean on Spock?
Yeah.
Spock's insanely good. I mean, it's difficult because, he's a much older person, and so you're going to get more character in the face.
Yeah.
But the skin texture on Spock is like awesome.
I mean, I like this texturing because I feel like, again, you just have that smooth texture sometimes, and it makes it look like an older statue to me, like an older piece.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas companies are doing so much texturing now, I just feel like skin does have texture. This is what I think people are going to buy this for.
Yeah,
that's what I would buy.
And as far as I can tell, you do get both portraits on both the quarter scale and the third scale.
Yep.
Which is very, very awesome that they did that. I kind of wondered if maybe they would just do this on the third. But Michelle Pfeiffer likeness.
No, I even noticed the texture until you said something. Now that's all I see.
Yeah, again, it's super blown up.
Yeah. And we're like 720p or something? Or
yeah.
Are we at 1080 right now? I don't even know.
720.
720. It's hard to say. I'd have to see it in person. I mean, yeah, it does look a little strange right now,
but again, that's from that distance, you can't see the texture. I mean, and again, that's about the size you're going to get in real life. Maybe a little smaller than this, actually. But man, like I said, I just feel like this is a phenomenal looking piece.
Yep.
I like the cat heads. You can remove those.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. Even when I take my own photos of things. When you blow something up that close, things always look strange.
Right. I mean, like back here, it looks great.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be actually, I talked to my contact at Darkside, and she said that this has been selling very, very well. So that's great news. I threw this in. I thought this was pretty cool. Somebody painted their Hush Ivy for skin tone. This is pretty cool. I love it.
Which brings up a good question. Surprised Prime One never done this before.
I am too. I'm amazed.
They may be looking into it right now.
Well, they clearly, I think a lot of times they do the repaints when they don't sell them all.
Yeah.
And they sold out on this. So they didn't need to do this. I still think I prefer the green, but I think this looks really good.
Me too. I mean, the green. Yeah, I would go with the green.
I think this is the end here. This is going up for pre-order this week. Look at the size of this thing.
Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
I think Alex had some photos of this in the group. It looked really good.
Pretty crazy.
The motorcycle doesn't look right.
You don't think it looks accurate?
Nope. That motorcycle is more of a chopper.
Oh, interesting.
In the comic, you mean? Like it's more of a chopper?
Yeah.
I wonder if they did that to save some space. Maybe.
Probably.
It's got some great detailing on it. Again, the bike, I don't know, like you said, the bike might not be correct, but it's cool. It's a cool looking bike. The bones. Got the zombies coming up.
That would bother me, though, if that's correct. If it's not.
Yeah, I agree.
Different style bike. I don't know.
Cool stuff there. Again, really great detail. I think this one will be popular with XM. Big piece. That's my cave one. So there we go. We have reached the end of almost 300 photos, gentlemen.
Nice.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, it's quick.
Yeah, 189 people still watching, guys. Thank you so very much for being here. Anything stood out to you? Must have pre-orders?
Constantine.
What about you, Jeff? I mean, you like you said, you're pre-order light right now. Anything that might tickle your fancy?
I don't know. I still like the Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman, but I don't know which one.
Well, it's one of those things where I think you could probably wait.
Yeah.
So I think you'd be fine waiting. I don't
The only
know.
thing to remember is you have until the end of December to get the lower price on the dark side.
That's true. That is a good point.
And it's $200 on the 1/3. It's a big difference.
It is a big difference. Both offer. Like I said, I don't feel like you can go wrong either way. I think that they both offer good things. There's some things that maybe you might like better on the Prime 1 versus you like better on, that's the problem is that but I don't feel like unless you have both of them next to each other, I don't think you would notice. I think you'd be happy either way. I also
my concern would be the size of it compared to the other Prime 1 pieces.
Yeah. And that's the only enigma. I do prefer, I think, and I might do the same thing on the Keaton Batman, but I think I prefer the Dark Side Batman. It's much more dynamic. It's got the cape. It's got the bats flying off the cape.
I agree.
And so I think that has a little bit more bells and whistles. And also I think that if they can duplicate the digital render, very, very close likeness to Michael Keaton, I think that they did a really nice job there too. So I don't know. I mean, and they've also said they're going to do the Penguin and they're hoping to do the Nicholson. So that's going to be the real question is how will they look next to other third scales? I can't remember. Is Spock third or is that quarter?
Third.
And how does he match up to other thirds you've had?
I mean, he's definitely in scale. I measured him to make sure, but it's the base is only like 1.5 inches high. So the whole piece, I think, is only about 28 inches, something like that. So if I put him next to the legendary beast Thor, he looks really small. But he's in scale.
Oh, that's good. Ryan says Prime 1 production for Blitzway pieces have been iffy. And that's true. Some people haven't liked the finishes. I think the Linda Carter Wonder Woman is an example. I do like the way she turned out, but I know some people don't. I'm really happy with my Joker. Some people don't like the Joker. I think sometimes you just have to see him in hand. I don't always think Blitzway photographs very well for whatever reason, but I do like what I've seen in hand. I wouldn't hesitate to buy the Joker again. Who was it that just bought it recently that hated it? Maybe Mr. X.
Yeah.
He did a video where he was like, he hated it. And like, for me, I still, so again,
that seemed like an odd video from him. Cause I mean, I don't know that I've ever seen a bit. I haven't watched all of his stuff religiously, but I don't know that I've ever seen him hate anything as much as he seemed to hate that Joker.
Yeah, I was really surprised too because he is a Ledger fan. I talked to him about that. So I was also surprised because again, like for me, I love it. Dan bought it and he loves it. It's like it doesn't photograph well. It doesn't. But
no, it doesn't.
It just doesn't. But in hand, I really love it. So I don't know. It's just I do have faith in Blitzway. I feel like a lot of people, like even the Joaquin Phoenix Joker, I don't feel like it looks as good as a prototype. However, everybody that owns it loves it. And they say the same thing. It doesn't photograph well. It looks like it dumbs it down on camera. And so, I don't know. It's just, for whatever reason, I think that's where Blitzway gets the bad rap. It's because I just don't feel like because it's PVC that they use for the heads, it just doesn't photograph as well in some cases. So, I don't know.
But I don't think that, what was it, what was the other stuff Prime 1 used to use for the skin tone? The translucent resin.
Yeah.
That photographs horribly.
It does.
See, I thought that on that half scale Christian Bale Batman on your new video I watched
today.
That faceplate just looked really washed out.
Yeah. I think that's another one that just doesn't look as good on camera. For whatever reason. I don't know. Tom, $5 super chat. Thank you very, very much. Actually, it was a super sticker. Really appreciate it. Again, that does support the channel. So thank you guys, as always, for your continued support. Tom, you're amazing. Thank you very much. Second portrait looks great on the Blitzway Joker. This one right here.
Now, I will say the people that was here on Thanksgiving, that Joker on my Prime 1 table, people were really drawn to that. They were like, that looks creepy, how real it looks.
I mean, it does. It just is very, very well done. And again, it's one of those that you just can't really appreciate until you get it in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff, I know you were on the fence for a really long time, and I'm sure you're glad that you went ahead and bit the bullet.
Yeah, it's grown on me, but
Yeah.
it really, I don't think there is a good way to video it or photograph it.
Yeah, it's just for whatever reason, it just washes out. So I don't know. Well, anything else you want to talk about, or anything else that you saw on the video or the slideshow that you were interested in?
You know, it wasn't the slideshow, but a few people in the chat brought up the Chris Reeves Superman from Sideshow. And I'm pretty disappointed in that piece. I was that 12-year-old kid looking at that movie poster that said, "You'll believe a man can fly."
Yep.
And being really fired up. And I really want a good Chris Reeve in my collection. And Sideshow just didn't make it happen, even though that piece is sculpted by Steve Lord and Matt Black. They put two really good sculptors on that piece. And Matt Black has shown that he can really do actor likeness as well very recently with Ahsoka Tano and even the Battinson on bike he did. So just the seam at the neck was completely unnecessary and ridiculous.
Stupid.
The cape looks cheap. The insignia on the back of the cape looks ridiculous. It's a real big disappointment for me. It went up on seconds today. So it was
still on seconds late. I mean, later.
So if
like
the price
it's still there.
$501.50 on seconds, and I get that teacher discount, that knocks another 15% off, and I have 211 in rewards points. It would have been like $212 for me, but I still can't bring myself to buy it.
This is a piece after seeing it in San Diego, and we both said the exact same thing, that we were both disappointed by it. I feel like it is the paint. I feel like the sculpt is there.
I wonder.
But I feel like it's the paint. I do feel like somebody's going to buy it and somebody's going to have it professionally repainted and it's going to look incredible.
Oh, I hope you're right.
I do. I really, truly believe that because I do think the sculpt is there, but mass production paint, I just don't think could do it justice.
This is really a shame because I think, man, what is there, 6,000 of those?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I think I would have been insistent to have been there looking at that going, nah, we're not taking this.
Yeah.
100%. But
that should have been a slam dunk. I mean, they could have sold that like hotcakes.
That brings up a great segue here. Let's do this one little quick topic here before we wrap it up tonight. That Kid Voodoo says, do we have any theories on these lockdowns in China causing production delays? If factories are closed, if Sideshow's limited to what they can do with their factories that are producing, maybe they didn't get the paint they wanted. However, that was their only option. Do you think that's possible? Because again, because they're not.
Why not just hold it?
Look at all these sales. They're sitting on boxes. They're sitting on things in the warehouse that they are not moving.
Yeah.
So that's why we're seeing 40, 50% off. I wonder if factory issues, lockdowns, and things like that. Great question, Bat Kid Voodoo. I do wonder if maybe some of that could be, why it turned out the way it did. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that's a possibility?
I'm not seeing it in their other pieces that are coming out.
Yeah, I mean they don't have the best track record for movie pieces before the lockdown, so it's like some are okay and some, I would say majority.
I'm really curious to see how the Chadwick Boseman comes out because that looked really good.
I can think of three. That one you just mentioned, it looked really great in person, but that was not production. I'm assuming that's prototype. The Ahsoka looks incredible. I think it's the best piece Sideshow's ever done in terms of likeness.
Yep.
Bar none.
Aquaman.
And I think in the Aquaman Momoa. But 3 out of how many movie pieces they've done over the years?
Yeah,
there's a few more. The Jyn Erso they did is really good.
Yeah, that one's good.
I think that Pattinson on bike is pretty good.
But is that going to see the light of day?
Yeah, it's not out yet either.
Oh, eventually, I think it will eventually. I want to think there's one more, but no, yeah, I mean, they don't have a great reputation, but I think that they have. It sucks that Matt Black has just left the company.
Oh, it's so disappointing.
He was becoming their go-to guy for actor likenesses.
Yeah.
And I don't know why he left or what he's doing next, but to me, he was one of the highlights of Sideshow.
I do wonder.
Seems like there's been a lot of exits from there.
And I do wonder if with the sales and people not buying, I'm wondering if they're having to let some people go and not being able to maybe afford everyone that they had on staff. That's just speculation. It is what it is. It's like you have, not as much money coming in, but you have too many staff members. Something's got to give sometimes. I would imagine, I hope that their artists are paid a tremendous amount of money for the talent that they bring. It's just very sad that Matt is leaving. And again, that's a giant blow to the industry. However, I hope that he goes somewhere else. I hope he works for, how great if maybe he'll go work for Tweeterhead and work with Matt or with David or whatever. I don't know what's going to happen. But there's so much talent there. I can't imagine him just sitting on the shelf doing nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm not sad in that regards because I know he'll bounce and he'll go somewhere. But it is sad because, think of all the pieces that we might have gotten from him from Sideshow. But it is sad. But again, it's one of those things where you have seen a lot of turnover there. Autumn left and some other of the on-air talent. So I think that there is some things going on in Sideshow, and I just think it's all economy related.
Probably so.
But we don't know. We're not on the inside there, so we're just speculating, which sometimes is worse than knowing the real facts.
Yeah.
But
Nice stuff like that Christopher Reeve was just...
It's soul crushing.
It's just stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid.
It's stupid.
Yep.
That was like printing their own money.
Yeah. It is such an iconic image. It's such an iconic character.
And this is their second one they've done, no?
Yeah. The problem with the first one, it was PVC. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And that was a big deal because no one did PVC back then. And now you see PVC all the time. But that cost them a tremendous amount of sales back then because as soon as people found out that it was plastic, they're like, nope, we're not going to buy it.
They're getting closer and closer.
And Dark Side. Hopefully Dark Side's Christopher Reeve will be better.
I kind of thought to myself, maybe down the road, if I see it in person, and it's one of those that maybe it looks a little better in person, but
yeah. Wait until
it just doesn't look good.
Wait until you can find it for 200 and find somebody to repaint the portrait or something.
That's what I said earlier. It's like that, if they have somebody repaint it professionally, I think the sculpt is there. I just think that somebody's going to have a great piece if they repaint it.
Although you look at those people that painted the Gal Gadot Wonder Woman, and it looked good, but it still didn't look like Gal Gadot. So I don't think the sculpt is really there. The Reeves, like you said, like the sculpt is there. It's just something's off.
Yeah. So anyway, that is a shame, but I'm anxious to see some reviews and some things come out. So hopefully, maybe it'll look better in better light. But I don't have a lot of faith.
Well, you guys saw it in person. You said no.
Yep.
Yeah.
It just looked like something that would have been 7 or 8 years ago or longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if Midtown Comics has it on display. Go by and see what it looks like.
Yeah, they might.
We said there's 6,000 of them. Somebody's got to have it on display somewhere.
You're going to see a ton of them. and there's going to be a lot of sales on them
Mm-hmm.
for the next 5 years.
Gift with purchase.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be hilarious. Oh, it'd be bad. If it gets
Like
that
your
desperate,
Estee Lauder makeup
buy one,
kit.
get a free statue. Yikes. And you get it whether you want it or not. They just ship it to you.
And the suit itself looked pretty good from videos. I mean, the suit, but yeah, that yellow Superman symbol on the back.
Yeah.
It looked a little rough.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just a shame.
The boots look excellent.
Yeah, and I mean, the quality of the fabric, when I've seen videos of people zipping that up, it doesn't look thin. It doesn't look cheap. But
I think it's good.
that doesn't go with the rest of it.
Yeah, the neck down is fine. Well, the cape could be better, but other than that, the neck down is fine.
It's just it's sad. It's a shame. Well, I've got to wrap it up, guys.
Okay.
Thank you everybody for being here tonight. Again, I really, really appreciate it. Please like the video if you haven't done so already.
Do we want to quickly recap? We started in the beginning. Jeff has a bunch of stuff for sale to promote him.
Oh, I'm selling my X-Men line. Everything on that shelf is for sale, including the Psylocke variant and Deadpool and X-23, Colossus, Wolverine. All those are for sale. I also sold my Batman Museum, Queen Studios Museum Batman and Museum Superman. Those are already gone. The Wonder Woman is also for sale, but look at my website, detective27.com, and you'll see what I have for sale.
All right. Well, good luck. Hopefully you'll sell some of those. And what is going to go in that space?
I haven't decided for sure. I might put my Queen Studios movie pieces there. There are many things that could go there.
Oh, I know what this is. This is compensating for Hulk.
Well, I might be getting the LBS Captain America as well.
Oh, it'd be awesome.
I already have the Thor, so I might get the cap. Someone is going to sell to me for a good price. And then,
That's
of course,
a cool looking Captain America.
I really like it. It looks really good next to the Thor.
It does. Would you consider Magneto?
No, I have no interest in Magneto.
No interest. Okay.
Probably just heroes from that line, and maybe just the 4 Avengers. That might be all.
That Iron Man looked like it was going to be cool.
Yeah, so
it had so many swap outs. Like it had so many really good swap outs.
Yeah, so I might just do those 4 and be done with Legendary Beast. But I know they have. I was at Disneyland one night, and Jay sent me a ton of pictures of stuff coming up, and I got to look at them for like 5 minutes, and then he retracted them all because he doesn't want them out there. There are some killer pieces coming from Legendary Beast. It's going to be something else.
When we go off the air, I need you to stick around for a couple minutes.
Okay.
So we can hear what's coming
up.
Yeah.
We got to go so we can hear the secret squirrel stuff.
That's right. Well, with that said, down below in the comments, speculate what Jeff's going to tell us in private. And anyway, thank you guys so very much again for watching. Really appreciate each and every one of you. Again, please hit the like button on your way out. And definitely check out Secret Sanctuary's menagerie of for sale items at Detective Comics 20 or Detective27.com. And otherwise, again, we'll see you in a couple weeks for Rogues Gallery Live. Got some live content coming up as well, unboxings and a lot of other surprises on the channel here in the next few weeks. So stay tuned. Be good to one another, and we'll see you in the back cave. Good night, everybody.
Good night, all.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.